for that 2-frame, but no, he misses it. Generic name, nails to jump. Oh, he could have done a forward there. He was about to take it.
He tried for the gusto, going for the boomerang. Oh, goes right underneath the arrow with the dash attack, and Wizrobe will take it. Man, that was a very close game too.
Yeah, it was. It was a really fun one too. Like it kind of hurts to go away with a dash attack. But you know what? Wizzy took a deep breath. He was like, oh man, he was about to take that.
Yeah, and you can see the smile too from a Generic name. Like, he was definitely enjoying that. You can't feel bad if you push a player like Wizrobe to the edge like that.
You know what? I actually took a game off Abadango in Smash Factor 8. So yeah, I know what he feels like to be that close to take a game from a top player. It's always great to have. And now we're going to go into a bit of an ad break. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, we got some slides after that heated match between Wizrobe and Generic Game. First up, we got Kwamba. KwambaUSA.com, 15% off site-wide code EVO2019. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if it's Kamba.
Kamba. It's actually Kamba.
Kamba? Okay.
Some great sticks for all of your fighting games. I actually saw a lot of players here using those sticks. I believe that there are some really great quality sticks, and you get a 15% off site-wide using the code EVO2019, and also free continental US shipping, so you can be anywhere in the USA. You will get the free shipping for one of the greatest sticks maker in the country.
Oh man, and then we got Fusion wired fight pads coming this fall. Control every fight. Fusion by Power A. These look kind of nice. These are looking. I like that amongst all the three consoles, they have actually the same controller type. That would be fun to switch amongst the consoles, because that's always like a little bit of a hint.
For offering this.
That is a thing in the hall like this. Usually there's little fridges back there, and sometimes you get sit up on the stage and your hands are cold, and you're like, oh, you got to play ATA on stream for Samurai Showdown. Like,
but it's
great.
like
my hands are cold, man.
Do you want it to be too cold or too hot? Because there's like a billion people in this venue, so you got to pick one or the other. Ooh, Wizrobe. Okay, let's go. So
that's the name I know.
Let me tell you about Wizrobe, right? So this kid recently got sponsored, and he got picked up by Envy, huge team, was waiting for them for a long time. He had this killer run at Smash and Splash, which is a tournament we had back in July, tournament that's actually at a water park.
Yeah.
He beat the second best player in the world. And to give you some context, Wizzy is not an ultimate player. He's a melee player. But he plays Wolf like we were talking about before. He's a top-tier character who's just functionally amazing. Every move is good in his kit. So Wizrobe doesn't really have to try all that hard, if that makes sense. You know, he's just kind of rocking with like the back air functions like a normal back air. Jab functions like a normal jab. There's not really a whole lot of nuance to the character.
The skills carry over, right?
Yes,
That's what I love. I love seeing, you know, old school players that maybe they're not even like playing modern games, but, you know, they pick it up and those old skill fundamentals just carry over. It's cool to see it works in Smash as well.
Yeah. Was Smash and Splash the tournament where it was possible that he was going to win both tournaments?
Yes. Yeah. He got he definitely won Melee, and he got close. I think he only got
Melee was first, right? So he won Melee, and then he was still in top 8 of Ultimate.
Yeah.
And people were like, yo, is he going to win both games?
It was definitely a pipe dream.
Yeah.
But, you know, just getting top 8 in 2 different games is basically unheard of in the Smash world. So people haven't done that since, like, Brawl and Melee back in, like, 2009, 2010. Good dash attack there. Yeah, so Wizrobe's definitely...
Man, Smash players are young.
I'm going to say
they're babies. They're babies.
Man.
Yeah.
I was like, what do they do after the tournament's over? Like, they can't go to the casino or nothing, you know?
No, they just, I don't know. They all watch VeggieTales. I don't know what to tell you.
And you said he was a Melee player?
He's a Melee player.
So he was playing Melee when he must have still been in diapers, man.
He might be younger
he's been playing for a while.
than Melee. It's insane. I think he might be like 19 or 20, something like that. So it's crazy.
All right, so a little more Eunice here.
Can you read the player 1 name for me? I can't see it. I can't see it from here, Ryan. Can you read that one out?
I think
that would be Lord Hosif Dong.
Lord Hosif Dong from Mad Camels. The longest name we've seen today.
They might have had to change the font size to get that on the overlay.
Shrink
like,
it
all right, down to 16.
I mean, both of these names are kind of funny when you pronounce them that way, like Ghetto
Baguette.
Yeah, Baguette. He's got the French bread money, man.
Yeah, that's a classic French bread name, right? But yeah, before we saw Phonon Yuzu, 2 of the longer range characters. Now we're seeing Mika and Linne, 2 of the up-close characters.
And I see a lot of people just lamenting the fact that Mika's in the game, you know? Like, a lot of people come, not like, oh, she sucks or anything like that, but just like, oh, man, Mikas are coming, guys.
Yeah. Mika is like kind of a meme character. There's like obviously there's a lot of memes and you know jokes and stuff within the community, bathwater and stuff like that.
Oh God.
But Mika is a little bit different because she's definitely memey, but it's more like people wanting her to win, just because she's kind of underplayed. and it's just like fun to watch. Just the XD meme, and it's just a hilarious looking character.
I feel like whenever I see gauntlets on a character, I'm like, okay, that character's not good. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Potemkin thing. It's like, all right, it's
In the
come
right
on.
hands, maybe.
Yeah.
He's doing work right now.
Yeah,
He's
he's
Jin
Jin.
in style here. Watch his ender. You get the little anime face at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already standing up.
Oh, there's the Guitar
hey,
Hero.
there we go.
Mr. Gutaru, man.
Yeah.
With the guitar.
I've seen that before with the he's actually got like a Sanwa stick in the
The stick is on the.
So
Yeah.
he's using his right hand, I guess, right? To move the stick. He's playing with his right hand.
Oh,
Oh, no, hide it.
No.
You can't show that.
was that the JAV?
The classic action
Can
video.
we even say
the
that? Like,
Eltnum.
can we say those letters? Like,
High
Speaking of
High
Under Night
action there.
memes.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of Under Night memes.
I mean, that's cool about the community, right? It was a small community, dedicated. They had their own culture, their own memes, and they just stuck with it and grew and grew and grew. And now it's a mainstream game. Now you have these guys on the Evo stage just joking around.
Yeah, bathwater was a meme in Under Night before
I was waiting for
before we
somebody to
had
say it.
girls,
Yeah,
selling
yeah,
their bathwater on the internet.
Putting it away.
They bet it off Hilda, man. She could make
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wanting to know if he stands up to play or he sits down. I guess he does stand up.
that
Yeah,
seems
he's
like it
gotta
would be
stand,
mad
yeah.
tiring. Like a whole day of this.
Yeah.
Why does he have a Capcom Fighter sticker on there? That's what I want to know.
So he does have it turned so it's his left hand, it looks like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Other way.
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
okay, I see. Yeah. I'm trying to figure this one out.
I'm intrigued.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because the Guitar Hero controller has 5 buttons, and this is a 4-button game, so you're not losing any functionality,
You
really.
get one hotkey, yeah.
I mean, that's the way it's going, right? Every year there's another controller, right? The old outdated arcade
Yeah,
sticks are going, they're going
What's
under,
that
man.
What's that new one where everybody's like, I don't know if this should be legal?
The
Wow.
cheat box, the mix
Yeah.
box, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You have an arcade stick and the buttons.
That
too?
was hilarious because they were both grid broken there. So one of the things we didn't talk about before when we were talking about the grid is if you shield badly, you can actually get your grid broken. If they hit you high, for example, when you
Yep.
shield low,
Okay.
or if they grab you when you shield, and then you lose the ability to win the Vorpal cycle, they were both shield broken at the same time, which I can't remember the last time I've seen that. That's hilarious.
That's what happens when you're just in close range right here. These guys just
that
going
shield.
ham at each
Yeah.
other, right in each other's faces.
Yeah, these guys are definitely going in.
So there's got to be like a real sense of rhythm to be able to play this at a high level because you got to know when the grid's coming in. It's at the same time every time. It's like 4 seconds or however long it is, right?
Yeah. So you get a feel for how long the cycle is. I actually don't know offhand. I've heard like 14 seconds or 10 seconds. I'm not even sure. But you definitely get a feel for once the cycle ends, you kind of know how long until you need to start looking down there to see, how am I doing? How much longer is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that too, because in fighting games you have to be looking at the entire screen, but a lot of times they're really fast. You just need half a second to look at
Right.
the meter or something. I feel like you need to spend a lot of attention looking down there.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But it's also a little bit of a slower paced game, so you get that.
You have time.
Yeah, you're kind of
breather.
afforded that time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of slower paced games right here, we got
Yeah.
Yashamaru up the bat.
Yeah, I like this character, right? One of the newer characters to the game. A lot of people early on wrote him off, but that's what they do with any new character, right? It takes some time. He's starting to develop now.
Yeah, and
Pretty
we're
solid.
actually seeing a Charlotte played by one Lord BBH, OG player.
That old
SNK,
school memester, right?
Arcade aficionado. Running Charlotte. Oh,
And here's the
all right.
Essen. Let's see. Yeah, don't jump. BBH knows that. He knows that.
I mean,
Yep.
that was weird.
So what does Yashimaru do exactly? Like what?
He's enemy. He's got a double jump. He's got a double jump.
Baits out
Yeah.
DPs.
that's what that
got
was
great
right at the
air
end.
moves.
Yeah,
He, like,
double
jumped and then
jump,
vertical
yeah.
double jumped. Yeah.
Can get some empty jump grabs off of that and stuff, and bait out some DPs. Has pretty good range with that stand
Yeah.
medium. Stand heavy is a great punish for those whiff DPs. Has a lot of movement options and special moves. So like he doesn't have a reversal, but he does have an upward. What would you call it? An upward arcing
Upward
dive or something.
DP-ish
Up-
kind
that
of
just doesn't
move.
leave the
Yeah.
ground.
it just leaves the ground. Now, if you read with it, it's a great tool to use. But more than likely, you're not going to see it. But on the other hand, he has the light and medium version, which pushes him from the other side of the screen. So usually what a lot of people
Not
like
dead.
to do when they see someone activate Rage is like they don't want to jump because they can get anti-air with it. He gets the double jump, plus he gets an air action afterwards, which can push him all the way to the other side of the screen. And so if the opponent reads a double jump, but not the actual dash, they end up using up their ESIN for nothing.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about this game is it's slower paced, but there's so many little situations where both players know, okay, it's time. We both need to make a read right now, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about reads.
He's going ham. He's going ham right now.
Jeez.
It seems tense. Like you see both
Oh
these
my
players just
God.
standing there, not really committing to anything. It's really
And that's classic Sam Show,
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah.
What's interesting about that too is like you actually aren't really
Mm-hmm.
encouraged to make a move sometimes in Sam
Yeah.
Show.
Right.
Like when he went for that SSM there, or rather Super Duper, he was already in position to still kind of turn it around. There was still time on the clock, and he just got ahead of himself. This is the complete opposite,
Yep.
by the way.
Yeah.
Rain
You are
on.
definitely encouraged to make moves here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Goku Blue in a while. Or, I'm sorry, Vegito.
Vegito.
Vegito, yeah.
Yeah.
He got, I don't know. This is,
I feel like Vegito came out, everyone was all hyped because he's such a unique character.
He
like
is.
his 2A and his 5A
he was
are like so
quite,
weird.
he was quite good, right? He was really good
Yeah,
before
but then
he
he
got
like
some
fell
nerfs,
off.
yeah.
Everybody stopped using him. I don't understand why.
One of the big things is that he is a battery character. See how he's playing him in front there, like old school Storm. He used to
Yeah,
build
yeah.
all the meter and then pass it off. There were some changes to the meter system, and also they changed one of the old school fundamentals of just doing double supers. So
Right.
his two key, like the character himself was
Strengths,
fine, but
yeah.
the system changed
Right.
that made him weaker there. He's still cool as hell though. He's my favorite.
What about him made him a good battery? Is it because like his A normals have like multi hits and stuff like that?
It's a jump S string, man. Once you get that twice, it builds so much
Yeah,
meter.
you saw it a little bit earlier. He does that sword, where he
Yeah,
shoots
and
the
he
sword at
pulls
the
you up.
ground. Like that gave him so much meter. He can loop it over and over again. Broly, though, this is a character that has gone up.
Yeah.
He's gone up now.
Seeing a lot of
thanks to
Brolys
the- yeah.
now.
He's quite strong. That's such a cool Superman. But yeah, Reynolds. There we go. See
Oh,
the fake
fake
cross up,
cross-up,
right?
So,
yeah.
Fake
a
cross
little
up,
story
stayed in
about
front.
Reynolds was not
Uh-huh.
even supposed to be at EVO this year. He was telling everybody he wasn't coming because he
That's-
had no money.
Nah, that's the early mind
Yeah,
game,
that's-
right?
that's-
Don't practice for my characters. I
That's
won't be
sure.
there.
That's the day -60
Yeah.
mind game. Yeah.
But I want to point out the fact that he is sponsored by Hitbox for this event. This is a classic stick player. Reynolds has been playing stick since he's been playing KOF 13. He won EVO 2013 with that. All of a sudden, he's a Hitbox player.
That's power play by Hitbox.
That
Right?
is
You want to go? You have to
tremendous.
use our stick.
That's
Like,
Get in
it's
there.
like ninja to
Uh-huh.
mixer. Like, I feel
Exactly,
that.
You
Yeah.
have to
exactly,
use
dude.
our stick.
Reynolds to Hitbox. Who would have thought it?
Reynolds quite good in Dragon Ball, but also Sam Show, right? So
Yeah, great in
he's
Sam
a big
Show.
threat in every game he plays right now.
Saying he's going to win both this year.
We'll
that
see.
was super
the
convincing.
Hitbox
Yeah.
shirt on there.
What a shill.
Yeah, that's the thing about Dragon Ball is that it is a very momentum-heavy game.
Oh, look at
So
this guy.
If you get in control, that's it. Oh, no.
Oh,
Don't show this.
no.
People don't want to see
Why
this.
are they putting
He's already
commentators on?
flexing.
There's a
Look at
million
him.
matches. Why are you going to show this one?
He's already
This guy's
flexing.
a commentator. He doesn't know how to play the game.
Look how tight he's flexing his chest right now. He's just like, yeah, get the camera right on there, right in the middle.
Put a headset on Tasty Steve. I want to hear him talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's go. Steve going King.
That's his classic favorite, right?
Yeah, he plays King and Miguel. The cool thing about Steve, too, is he travels all over the place. He travels around the world for Tekken, and he grinds. When he's out there, the
Good.
second his commentary block is over, he's looking to play with locals and stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's good. I'm just saying
He tries.
He plays
He
a
does
lot.
his best,
He does
yeah.
his best. Now, he's the old school player from the Midwest. Midwest Tekken scene, very, very strong scene. So he plays with some of the best. He knows what he's doing. He taught me a thing or two, actually. No break. He's going to hit the wall. He's winning this round.
I knew
On the
Tasty
wall.
Steve for his Zappa in Guilty Gear. So when I found out he played Tekken, like, because I'm late to the draw like that,
Yeah, I think Tekken was the first game. I know he likes Guilty Gear just as much, and I mean, I don't want to. I'm sorry, I keep putting him down, but I have taken a lot of money off him. Many matches in Guilty Gear.
Wait, in the mirror, in the
In the Leo mirror, yeah, man.
Gross.
Evo,
Yo.
shouts to Evo. It's Evo Japan, man, earlier this year. $100, thanks, Steve.
Dang.
But he's doing good so far. Going up against Zane from Canada, Canadian Tekken. Oh, no. Yeah, the side set that is accounted. Get the wall here. Bop, bop. It
One
should
thing
kill.
that I've always
Oh, what are you
appreciated-
doing?
Oh my God! One thing I've always appreciated about Tekken and any of the iterations is that even if you don't really understand what's going on in the game, it's so visceral and so
Yeah.
visually easy to follow because he just knocked the hell out of him. How can you not appreciate that?
There's like a spectacle to it. Like
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
games like Marvel, there's just like colors and nonsense, and you're like, I don't know what's going on. But in
Right.
this game, it feels real, especially that slowdown.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
my God, that is insane. I
I've
love
heard,
that.
I've heard a lot of people say that they think that Tekken is the best spectator fighting game
Shining
for
Wizard.
Yep.
people who have never watched a fighting game before. Like if you had to give them one game to watch, it would be Tekken. I think it makes a lot of sense
I
because
agree.
it's like watching boxing. You
Yeah.
can just there's nothing that you won't understand. They're just hitting each other.
Yeah.
So I watched Tekken for a long time. I didn't actually start learning the game properly for like 2 or 3 years ago. And something I want to tell everybody is that game is really fun to watch if you play it just a little bit, right? If you spend a weekend learning the game, playing it, your appreciation for watching will go up like tenfold.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There's some really basic stuff that once you play, you're like, oh, okay, I see. Again, it's going to hit the wall. So Steve
This
is
does
recognizing,
so much damage.
Yeah, so King is the
God.
grappler player. Grappler, types, he's got 2 throws. One is a 1 break, so you got to press 1 button. The other one you have to press 2.
Uh-oh.
And you can't really tell the difference. So all throws in this game are reactable. You can tell and break. That one you just have to guess. So Steve is right now 4
Throwing
for
this
4.
round away.
I remember.
Oh,
I
Steve!
love
Let's
that.
go.
I love that so much.
Go to play,
Oh
go to player
my
cam,
God.
player
That
cam. I want
was
to see.
almost
You know he jumped out of his chair.
That was almost maneuver from the Brian.
Look at the smile on his face.
I mean, he's having fun up there. I like how they cut it before he lost his set. They're like, all right, you got your moment,
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, all right. So this is Tari.
Tari's good,
again.
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Tari, one of the best in the U.S. easily, has definitely won some events. It's unclear how much he's actually going to play this weekend. He's scheduled to do commentary
Okay.
as well. So he may make it out of pools and then maybe DQ himself just so he can concentrate on commentary. A lot of people are telling him, don't do that. Just keep
Nah.
playing. They want to see him play
Yeah.
because he's one of the strongest in the U.S. and a lot of people want to see the
US
U.S.
versus
versus
Japan.
in this tournament. So. But yeah, if you want to see, oh my God, I was just gonna say, if you want to see really sick Yuzu play, this is who you want to watch. I studied him a lot when I was first starting out. So the way Yuzu works, she's a stance character, so you can see the little A, B, C,
Yep.
D in the top. So all of her special moves, you can remain in her stance, which is that right there, which he was just in.
Gotcha.
And basically, when you're in the stance, you can use each button once. But one other thing she can do, she actually has a spot dodge.
Right,
Coney,
yeah.
you'll recognize this from Smash.
okay.
So she actually dodges off like the plane, and if you dodge, it puts them in hit stun or hit stop as if they hit you. So what he did at the end of that
that's
round, he
sick.
actually dodged, saw that he dodged something, and then used a mechanic that right there called
Perfect.
CBO, which popped him up. So yeah.
That's why you said that Yuzu was a super good character, but really technical, real tough to play. You saw it there. That was just
Yeah.
a blow up. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
By
Love
the way,
watching
he's from
good Yuzu.
NorCal.
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
What?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
seeing
No, no.
sweaty handshake.
Oh, no.
Hey,
You got
yeah.
memes early on.
Remember to wear gloves when shaking hands with strangers.
I'm gonna. I will say the Smash community. I am a fan of the. They made the fist bump popular.
Thank God,
I'm
yeah.
about that now.
Yeah.
We had to. You read all the other stuff about
Yeah.
us. We are gross people. Yeah.
We'll take that the fist bump.
Not a hygienic people.
You said
No.
it, not us.
Bro, I'm not trying to shake your hand. So this is, I believe, Maureen is player 1. So she recently is part of, shout-outs to Persia, and everyone is doing the combo queens, right? So, you know, the females in FGC getting together, developing their skills as players, as coaches, as, you know, social media hosts, commentators, everything.
Which is also part of XO Academy, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Exo Academy.
Sponsored by Hori, too.
Ooh, that's a big
Comes
one.
Gibbo, though? Oh, wait a second. This is pools. And the thing about Street Fighter 5, too, is there's so many, I feel like compared to some other games, especially on the anime side, where, you know, pools might be a bit more skewed, and you're like, this guy's going to make it out. Like, that's going to make it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Street Fighter 5 is so many good players, right? Everyone
What
is
a
around
hitbox!
their skill
Can
level.
we just
Yeah.
talk about that?
Anti-air, yeah.
She got backwards,
Yep.
stand strong, and an anti-air. God bless.
But no, Street Fighter 5 is at that level where it is the professional grade fighting game esport.
Sure.
Everybody is, well, not everybody's, but there's such a high concentration of skill and experience, which is the most important part. You are playing literally 4 years worth of experience with almost 80% of the people here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that hitbox, you were talking like, man, that hitbox is really good. And like, man, Maureen's doing a great job. It's kind of like what Coney said. So Lara's quite weak. She's not a very good character in this game.
But Maureen is
Yeah.
loyal.
She's good, and that's the thing is like, when walking gets started, when she gets started,
Yo!
yeah. Very,
Nice.
very
You're not
fast
getting
character.
out.
You're
You're stuck.
kidding me.
Hit the link off the
Yep.
I almost said force function. V skill.
That would-
It's like kind of the same thing, right? Force function, V skill. It's actually pretty similar.
Get it.
Laura started off really strong, right? Like
Yeah.
when the game first came out, I remember people talking about it. But was that just
it's
like
kind of
first
they had to
week?
figure her out? Yeah. So
Gotcha.
she's
Yeah, okay.
she's like an aggressive grappler player. So you saw like I wasn't even playing and I got scared there at the end when
Yeah.
Mario
Oh,
got
yeah.
started,
Got
right?
Dash
You know?
going? Yeah.
Yeah. So once you stop being scared and you recognize, all right, this is where she has to go for her reset.
Gotcha.
Once you know that, you're like, okay, not as scary as she looks.
That's a very common thing in 2D fighting games. Early on, like when versions change
Yep.
or just a new game, grapplers out of the gate tend to
Yep.
be very good because people don't know the defensive options good enough. They don't know the matchups well enough, the zoning. So
Overhead.
Most importantly, they don't have the movement down.
Look at that.
Right.
That's Bowser. Shouts to Bowser in our game.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
popped off very early. Yeah.
Woo!
Boom in the corner.
Gibbo right now trying not to let this one go too quickly. Get a
All right, nice
round
confirm.
up. Hey.
Overhead. Yeah,
Nice.
Maureen not ready there.
You know what's
She tried
interesting?
jumping out
Like
of there,
a lot of
actually.
claw players, like they like to talk. Like I mean, most character specialists talk to each other, but the claw players, like they almost have like a little cabal going on there. Where there's like there was like a yearly meeting of the claw players of America,
Yep.
and they're like discussing how good or bad the character is.
I mean, that's what
commiserating,
happens.
as it
He's
were.
a rare Pokemon now.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of claw players. They moved on.
Yeah, uncommon characters, they have those little sort of groups and like sects within themselves. Yeah.
They have to. How else are you going to
Support
survive?
group. There's
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah,
Separate group.
That's good.
Sit in the circle
They-
like, yeah, I lost to Akuma today.
Yeah,
That's
Vega.
so
Stupid.
That's
Oh.
BS, brother. Stay strong.
Yeah.
Good anti command grab from Maureen.
I wonder if they
Another
have.
one.
I wonder if they have like a
Not- you're not
chant
doing
at
no
the
one.
end. You know, like an affirmation. An affirmation. That's what it's called, right?
Claws in the middle. Put the claws in the middle, boys.
Let's go around the
Let's go.
circle and talk about what we learned
I
today.
am
Yeah.
valid. I am important.
Yeah, exactly.
I am loved.
Exactly.
We're about to get so many angry tweets from
I
top
know.
players.
Yeah.
We messed up.
No way. We'll be like, thank you for acknowledging us. We appreciate it.
I'll just
We
have
do
to block like
exist.
6 people.
Yeah, we
Like,
do
it's fine.
exist.
It's fine.
Maureen again going behind. In front this time. There
Hey.
we go. Yeah, so that was a little mistake from her. Good awareness by Gibbo. Recognizes his chance to get out. Walking,
Alright.
taking the claw. He's
Playing
got a
that-
command grab of his own, right?
So-
Without the claw on.
I was saying he was playing that salt game with the poke, but I think he was getting a little ahead of himself because he was just not expecting her
Wake
to
up
go airborne.
buttons. Yeah, the claw is quite good, but he takes the claw off and he's a bit more close range. He's got a command grab, a faster button, so maybe he's just trying to fight. Maureen is overwhelming him. He's like trying to match speed with speed right now.
Maybe she gets a little uncomfortable up
Yeah.
close too when she's
But
not on offense.
you're gonna have to block that. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Hey!
Yeah. That's kind of checkmate. When you're that low on health there, any one of those crouching shoots will do it. And Maureen moving on. She beat, where was it? In
Oh.
Europe? She beat Dogra, so she beat was it? No, I think it was in America, but she beat Dogra, very good,
Okay.
old school player.
Yeah.
So she's definitely getting up there. And we got Sioshi up here. This is my
Oh,
boy.
Yoshi.
This is the 9-year-old from Fighting Tuesday. Community sent him out. Dragon Rush. Oh, no, it's Sioshi. So
That is.
So he is actually, no, he's player 2. Yeah, I was about to say, he's like
Yeah.
16.
Okay.
Going as a Killmonger? Siosh? Is he playing? Is someone off camera playing with his controller? Or is Killmonger, if you're trying to, when you fight a kid, you're not sure, should I try?
Yeah,
You better try. You better can mess
I
you
remember
up.
who was the Marvel 3 Noah?
Noah, yeah.
yeah.
He was just going ham,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Present age, arming everybody.
The original Hulk player.
Anyway, Sioshi's 9 years old, like I
Oh,
said
that's
earlier. He
Stand
started
H,
coming to
baby.
Fighting
I cannot
Tuesday when he was
imagine.
8.
I
He's doing
cannot
real
imagine.
combos.
Yeah,
he
dude.
comes
With an
every
actual
single
child.
week.
Like, that's
every
what-
single week. Got 3 bars. Let's go. Kill him. Kill him.
You know what's really messed up about the Teen Gohan stuff? Where he has to activate Spark and he can coast to coast blocks from you.
Yeah.
Siosh.
Get jailed coast to coast into a 50-50.
I just saw there was a clip of that literally
Yeah.
like yesterday or the day before.
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Sio's really, really good right now. He's still a child, though, and when things don't go his way, it's very noticeable where he starts to crumble. So let's see. Come on, Sio. Close it out.
I'm not trying to be that guy and not say I'm unimpressed by a kid playing, well on offense. But if he can do well on defense
Yep.
as well, then that's the man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Defense is definitely the hardest thing in fighting games. So everyone wants to practice offense and training mode, but once you're in a bad situation, like, wait, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
What the heck? I'm not playing fighting games.
you don't wanna
block. And there's an early spot from Sio. What do you do?
Oh, got the hit too.
Oh, no. Come on, Siosh.
He's getting hit, but yeah, no combos.
Nice.
Yeah, reflect
the
lariat.
to the lariat. Yeah, that's the classic.
Oh, he's not reacting to the super dashes either. Uh-oh.
Oh, but
Super dashing
another
again.
drop.
Neither is Killmonger. All right.
Nice. Uses the vanish just to stabilize the combo.
I mean, he's playing better than he normally plays. I don't know what's going on right now. Running out the spark. One more will do it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fine. So, but, like, the sparking on Vegeta, he's very, very powered up when he's in that, but he's only got less than 10 seconds left, and Sioux can kill if he doesn't drop it. Or takes the blue beat. We take those. Eagle kick. Yep. Super
That's what-
dash,
there
and
we
there
go.
we go.
Oh my gosh.
I love watching.
I had to hush myself. I was like, I
Killmonger,
don't know, man.
Handshaking a 9-year-old. Wow.
Hey, we were just talking about Bowser.
There we go. Yeah.
Getting
well,
bodied.
actually, hold on. Yeah. I mean, this is just kind of how this matchup goes. Look at that. Yeah, so Palutena has a
Yeah.
neutral air,
Yo, that's
which
crazy.
basically stops you from jumping. And if you jump into it, you're going to get hit by it again and again. So yeah, basically, if you play a character that wants to jump, which Bowser wants to a lot of characters do, Palutena is just going to eat that up.
So this is some inside information if any of the U.S. Smash players are watching. So one of my coworkers is Ayo. He's the head of the biggest Smash tournament in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
1,000+ people go there, and so he knows all the top players. And I was like, how do you guys feel? Are you confident against the Americans that we're going to see in Intapi? He looked at the bracket. He was like, I don't know about it this year.
Yeah.
So
no.
apparently, yeah, it looks like America's sitting pretty. The
We-
best players who? Zachary?
Yeah, their best player is probably Shuton. He just got revealed as number 5
Okay.
in the world, so he's probably their best player. The problem is Japan is like if you look at their results, there's no super strong, you know, one guy winning everything. We are definitely stronger in the national or in the international sense. I mean, the U.S. just kind of runs this game. But yeah, Japan always comes over. They were in every part of our top 50 rankings. Just they had a lot of representation, so they're super good. But yeah, U.S. definitely kind of runs stuff right now. Yeah.
Hopefully, I know every year, you know, Evo. That's the most fun about this tournament. It's very unpredictable, right?
Yeah,
People are always like, all right, this is what's going to happen. This is the favorite. This is what's going on, and then something always surprises
So
us.
the interesting thing about that is Evo has been, since its inception, an endurance tournament. You know, this is like you're playing everyone in the world, like literally in your pool. Then you got to play your semi-bracket, and then you're, you know, whatever. And by that point, you know, if you don't have the endurance, you could be the favored, but the other guy might just had an easier time, and he's coming in fresh.
Yeah, for sure. And especially like for Smash, because we've got, what, 3,500 entrants? You got to go through a lot of matches, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Nuts.
Wow, whoever is picking these matches is the Take fan. We got another Take match today. Yamasa boys going against Chozo Ace. Handing my key off the Flux real quick. There you go, Flux. Yeah, going up against Lee. So Lee is a character, you know, very cool, one of the fan favorites. He came out and it just too much work for too little reward. So it wasn't too popular, but he got some changes now. Quality of life stuff. He's still not great, but you know we've seen more of him recently.
I feel like if there's a game that's constantly updating, picking up a character like that, just to like give him a shot if he kind of jives with you, because you feel like he might get updated, especially if he is that kind of archetype where it's like, okay, I'm putting in way too much for no return.
Yeah, the optimal strategy for any fighting game is you got to pick the most busted character in the game who's going to get nerfed, use him while you can, and then get like a mid-tier underplay that's going to get buffed. So you're always ready for the update. Always be prepared.
Got to be thinking ahead for sure.
I always tell people, because they always ask me, like, you know, who should I play in KOF? And I say, you know, well, you should be playing a character that does what you want to do in a fighting game.
Yeah. So here we got Isabelle and Fox. Fox, a character that everybody thought was going to be super strong when we first got into the game, but there's only one Fox on our entire top 50, and he's number 10. And he's fallen off a lot in the past, like, 6 months. So it looks like Tetsuya from Japan, you know, I said that Japan might not show up all that great in the top 8, but there's a lot of sort of hidden talent over there. Their sort of mid-level is vastly superior to our mid-level. That's kind of how it goes.
So what's the scene look like over there? Because I imagine since it's not an arcade game, they have to do like house meetings and whatnot.
Yeah, they kind of do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very much kind of like that, kind of in basements. And apparently their scene is like way more sort of rigorous in terms of like you have the venue from X to Y. And you cannot go longer.
Yeah.
So they're very tight in terms of, you know, making sure the tournaments go on time.
And we could use some of that over here, honestly.
Yes, yeah.
Punctuality. FGC did not go together. Man. They do not go together at all.
So what's kind of interesting is that Isabelle, the character, the cute little Shih Tzu, cute little puppy, actually recently got buffed pretty significantly. It's not playing on that patch. We're not on that patch here at EVO, but it will be for SmashCon next week, and I think some people have their eyes on that character.
Getting ready for it right now. Like, we should always be thinking about the future, man.
Yes.
Oh, man, that's cold-blooded. You over here training on the pool at EVO? I mean, it happens, though.
Good up smash there, yeah. So Battlefield, they probably both picked this stage because both these characters like to have vertical combos, just kind of combo somebody up in the air. At 133, it's not really going to work. But I'm not sure if you're going to see a kill come out of Isabelle because her sort of confirms are really lacking, which is why she's a low tier. But Fox, you know, maybe if she's able to pop something out, might be able to make it work.
So is that one of the things that you were talking about, her buffs? Is that one of the things that they improved, her ability to convert into a kill?
Yeah, so she doesn't really have anything like a lot of her stuff is just kind of raw, but she does have a fishing line which kills I think 15% earlier now, which is really good because it's a command grab. You can shield it because if you couldn't, it would make no sense. So I guess it's not really.
What are the players doing? What's happening?
Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what
Is he asking questions? Is he apologizing?
Might be a language barrier thing. I don't know.
Reggie.
In tournaments that I've played in, this is usually a "what did you just do to me" conversation.
Yeah.
And this is like, it's a 50-50 on whether or not he's actually telling them the truth.
I'll be like, bro, watch the tapes. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm not telling you what happened. You might tell my friends.
If we're in the middle of a set and you ask me, what did you just do? I'm not even looking in your direction.
I beat you.
Yeah.
Hit the rematch button.
Yeah.
Oh, that was mid. I thought the set was over. That was mid-set.
No,
that was
mid-set.
just game one.
Yeah,
I was like,
it should not be that much conversation.
Do not talk to
That's
me.
Yeah.
definitely rude.
Don't look at me. Don't talk to me.
He wants another fist bump after that. It's like, thanks for the tip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to a different stage on this. The variety in terms of stages is really sort of crucial in Smash just because it's so different from a lot of other games. I mean, having the different platform layouts and having different sort of blast zone, when you get knocked off the side, it may take longer for you to get killed. It may take less time. It's really interesting. You can play to your character's strengths.
Yeah, I noticed that when you do get knocked off the screen, they have a little map that shows up.
Yeah.
That shows like a little radar of your character bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
At what point are they actually dead in that? Like when they actually touch the edge of it?
Yes, so
Okay.
there's an invisible line on each side,
Okay.
and if you go past that point, you're gone. So it's
Okay.
kind of like 2D sumo fighting. You know,
Okay.
you're just trying to knock the other guy out of the arena.
Interesting.
So how does
forth in
stage
there.
pick work? The loser gets to pick the stage?
The first stage is you just rock, paper, scissors, and then depending on how many starters there are, you go to it. So some places do 3 starter. I know Japan is very conservative, so they only do 3 very basic stages, but in the U.S. we can be a little bit more liberal with our stages. But so basically, whoever wins the rock, paper, scissors picks the first stage.
Okay.
Loser picks the second stage, but you can ban one. So if you don't like one for your character, you can get that off the table.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that the Fox probably banned Final Destination, which is just a long, flat platform, because Isabel can kind of set up this camping game. You can see he's got her on the ledge there, yeah.
Yeah, try getting up and just went right in the fishing pole right there.
Yeah, the fishing pole seems like it just covers like all the off the ledge options, right?
It does. It looks incredibly strong until you play against it, and you're like, oh, she's there forever. If you watch her use the fishing rod, watch how long it takes her to reel it back. It takes forever, and
And
she's
you can
just
just
open.
maul
So
her
if you're
after
if
that,
you're on the
yeah.
ledge like that, what's the right answer? Roll or just regular get up?
Depends on the placement. You can also jump. So if you jump off the ledge, it usually won't catch you unless it's still active and
Not
flying
like
out
release
there.
jump. You're like actual
Like
jump off the ledge.
Right, yeah.
No.
Just jump right off.
And
yeah.
in this specific stage, is having the platform above the edge a little bit more security for that? Like, okay, I can kind of like over jump it and then be above him.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it can go both ways. It can be another recovery option. If you don't want to go to the ledge, you could sometimes go to the platform and sort of mix up your opponent.
Okay.
Or, you know, you can try to cover the platform and then drop down on the ledge. So it works both ways depending on whoever's playing better, yeah.
Okay.
And you can see whenever the Isabel's going for the rod, Tetsuya is just kind of camping back and shooting that laser, getting a couple free percent.
And he also is very aware of where the Lord
I'm really surprised by jumping in on Fox. One of Fox's best kills is just that up smash, which is a huge anti-air against a character like Isabel. You can see him kind of fishing for it right here.
Yeah, I've been saying that he's definitely been winning the exchanges so far when
Yeah.
it comes to in close fighting.
He's forcing objection to
Dash attack, can't get the up air.
Yeah, I'm surprised you said earlier on that people thought Fox was going to be good again in this version. I didn't even play the game. I would be upset. That'd be what, like 25 years of Fox? Yeah, like what's going on?
Him and Pikachu are the most like consistently good characters. They're good in every single game, but Fox is much more sort of stable and fundamental than Pikachu, who has a very distinct,
Yeah.
weird play style. So a lot of people gravitate to this.
So you mentioned too, so
wow.
Melee was the same game for 10 plus years, right?
Yes.
So with
Yeah.
this new Smash now, you're going to have patches and updates. How's the community reacting to that? Do they like constant updates? Are they saying stop this, keep it the way it should be, we want to figure it out?
Yeah, you know, usually it's funny because Smash is very much affected by sort of, oh, I like that. Yeah, using the fishing pole to bring him off. Smash is very much affected by that sort of like nerf culture kind of thing that goes around,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
if you don't like a character,
Nerf
you
it.
just want
I mean, that was the
it
big
gone,
thing
yeah.
this week, right? Everyone's calling
Right.
for Hero to be banned, right?
Some people want him out of the game.
Yeah.
And he's been out for 3 days. It
Yeah,
doesn't make
yeah.
sense. But I think generally the Nintendo team is doing an excellent job at sort of taking this very surgical approach to nerfs and buffs. No characters have like fallen in or out of the meta, so it's been super good. Yeah.
Got the kill with the up smash, just like you were talking about.
There it is. Yeah, that's definitely his most reliable kill. Yeah.
Man, he was so good on
Get back to SoCal.
Yeah.
So yeah, talking about patches, I mentioned this game has been updated a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Way more than Tekken here. So Talon, this character, when the game first came out, I remember they were like, this unplayable. She's unplayable. Then she's really, really, really strong.
Yeah.
Tiro, though, I think has always been considered pretty damn bad.
Well, not here though. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
What a blow up.
I was gonna say, Duke kind of just took a ton of damage there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. I mean, as far as I know, looked unnecessary.
So something hard about this game is a complaint I have as a commentator is that characters like Tira, they have moves where you have to get stock. So she has to change her stances. I think it's something like 8 times to activate like this powered up mode, but there's no visual cue. So we have no idea like what she's at, how much further until she activates the mode.
I was trying to remember. I remember somebody telling me about that, where yeah, like she switches between 2 different stances, and then
Yeah.
after a certain number, I forget like what it is she can do. She can like do some ridiculous combos where the move properties change, so it allows her to get extended combos.
Yeah, her
But,
character lore is that she's like bipolar, right? So she has like the happy stance and then like the sad
Really?
gloomy stance. So when she goes between the 2 modes, she does it enough, she unlocks. Amy as well, she has roses and she does like 9 different colors and then she powers up. There's no way to know it. So you always have to be counting it because the gameplay does change after that. But here, Duke from Japan. Actually, I don't know Duke. There's something to do about Japan is that aside from our event, Fighting Tuesday, there are 0 Soul Calibur gatherings in the country. This is a net play only game. Then they only meet really for the big tournament. So I've never heard of Duke at all.
Is the netcode's good enough to support that?
Yeah, I mean,
That's super good to see.
Japan is the size of California,
Oh, okay, we're
right?
talking about
So
Japan.
yeah,
Okay.
the infrastructure is really good out there.
I'm thinking of the U.S.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
a lot of games you can net play out there with no problem. And it's always been that way too, because Japan is a country of arcade culture, but
Yes.
the recent Soul Caliburs did not have arcade releases, so they've been forced to go online. Anyway, Vanny is up right now in this game, and see how so he has the power up on her weapon right there. That's from the Soul Charge earlier.
And that's not the actual power you were talking about a moment ago,
No.
right? Okay.
I don't think she gets a visual power up after that. Just some of the move changes. She unlocks some other stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And there we go. Overhead. Yeah, into the soul. The critical edge. Sorry. I don't want to sound James Chen, but I don't think it's going to kill.
Yeah.
It's not
I
gonna
was
kill
thinking
there,
it.
yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was thinking it.
She recovers a little bit of life after that. And
Whoa.
just going raw dog, because she can cancel. Yeah, guard break. There we go.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, something interesting about her critical edge is a lot of her moves, too. She can cancel them into her sidestep. So he did the critical edge, and then after 3 hits, he can either sidestep and keep the pressure going, but in that case, just for the guard break, right? He had to spend 2 bars to do it, and yeah, Vanity, of course, since down in the last round, he gets the bonus here. Soul Charge, powered up.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the wind blast that she has. Quite good.
Dang.
Just staying in, right? The close range character, kind of like we saw with Mika, right?
Yeah.
Not gauntlets, but you see he's got the little tonfa there. So the close range is trying to maul right now. It's working out pretty well. Good block on the low.
I'm going to get some offer.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for a critical edge punish there, but he just went for a soul charge instead.
Jeez.
And there's the handshake. There from Japan. Duke from Japan. Vanity, good try.
All
Oh my
right.
God, and this is my boy.
Got J.M. Crops.
Jam Cross, where I've heard his name before.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank right now, but definitely a name I know.
I forget what game he's coming from. Going to Kyoto from Japan, and of course he's playing Haohmaru. Japan is all on, everyone jokes
It's
about
like Haohmaru and Genjiro,
Yeah, everyone
right?
jokes about Genjiro, but then I'm like, you don't actually have that many Genjiros or Haohmarus. You come to Japan, it's top 16 is like 14 of these 2 characters here.
Jeez.
That move, that reason why. I wish we had the game sound right there.
Oh,
Yeah, just a running punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, just running punch all day.
Yeah, so in this game, despite it being almost entirely about swords, the physical empty hand attacks are extremely powerful in terms of their hitbox. They
Really?
stuff blade attacks.
Yeah.
They're actually-
Okay.
And if your character has one, even with a weapon, it makes him extremely strong on offense.
I can hear it, so we can hear in the front. Every time he does it, I hear from the other side of the. Yeah, who would have thought?
He's
samurai.
got a big ass sword. And he's
Yeah,
just
that's what
trying
I'm
to
saying.
get
Who
the
would've
left
thought?
hook. Yeah.
Just want to punch.
I watch a lot of samurai movies and anime. My dad, I didn't know this is how they really fall. Just run up and punch each other. So that's what's scary too. So the dashing punch is so good, and he does it from a run. So you expect it to come.
Yeah.
It doesn't come up. He just grabs you, and then now you take a ton of
He's
damage.
gonna burst.
Now he's not dead, so he only needs one more punch at this point. So he's like, you know what, screw it. Nice blocking the overhead. and here's the
Hey,
dash.
it's the same move.
Yeah.
No.
I'm assuming that they did that because they wanted to make it so that you had something to do if you got disarmed,
Yes.
right? They don't want you to just be helpless,
Right.
right?
The thing is that, so he can do it while he has a sword. He can do it without his sword. Other characters don't have a move like that.
Yeah, I mean, they have
He's
kicks,
so
which are
good.
okay
Yeah.
too. Kicks are okay too. Like we saw Ukyo's, his
Yep.
3K is just, you can't jump.
Anti-air, yeah,
Cannot
yeah.
jump.
Some characters are much better unarmed, and the thing about this game is that the meta is you want to disarm your opponent, so being able to fight without your weapon is really big right now. That definitely affects the tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think people are getting used to that now because they're realizing, because for a while, people were just saying, oh, you got disarmed and you can't get your weapon, it's
Yeah.
over, right? But then people realize, like, no, actually, these buttons are good. It almost like, makes it seem like your opponent doesn't want you in this situation unless you're about to die anyway.
Yeah.
Dead. No, what are you doing? I was just about to say, if JM jumps, he is dead. So Haohmaru's got the best weapon flip in the game. He uses it, basically a super move right there.
It's really fast.
Yeah, it's lightning fast. So you're not allowed to jump anywhere on the screen. Not allowed to jump. You're not allowed to do anything unsafe.
Oh!
It's so good. Yeah, big whip.
Speaking of unsafe,
That wasn't even.
That was-
the
yeah,
real- that one's not even invincible. He was just
No,
feeling
he-
himself right there.
I think he was trying to build me.
Yeah.
Not the
Wrong
right
game. Wrong
baby.
game, dude. Wrong game.
Ooh.
big jump in.
Yeah. He want to be careful doing the CDP after the throw after that because every character can do Rage Burst in the middle of it, and he'll just be stuck in the air hitting nothing and get Easoned on the way down.
Yeah, so he had a lot of life there, so he probably wasn't going to burst. But now if he does it,
Yeah.
you know, Jay will be low enough that an Easton will be like 80%.
Oh, yeah. Actually, might kill him. Oh!
Let's see, though. Let's see if he knows that, if he's trying to bait it out.
Like, when you see a grab come out, and if it doesn't hit, you have, like, all day to just kill the
sure.
opponent.
So he needs to get the life lead now. Don't play projectiles, though, because, yeah, Jubei does have a better projectile.
Double Reppuken.
But, again, he's got the weapon flip. If he jumps, any throw, anything.
You know, I almost want to say let him throw you. See what he does.
Oh!
Look how active that was! Chiuna!
That was sick.
That like pulled him
Active
in.
that- Dude!
Yeah. So that was a, like a counter.
Yeah.
It's like a hit counter. It's not the deflect, it's a counter. So you press the button, like, come on.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But how active was that? Like, he did that so early.
I definitely stole that. I definitely stole that tech.
Yeah.
It's mine now. Oh, wow. So this is Korea's best BB tag player.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had, the scene is very, very, very small in Korea. So he used to play BlazBlue. He's one of those guys, came from BlazBlue in a BB tag. They had one Arc Revo tour qualifier, and he was the highest placing Korean guy. So he'll be at the finals later on. Going against Kinari from Japan.
WP, that's well played, right?
Yeah, well played.
Okay.
Right, another anime player. But right now, okay, it's 1-1. Oh, sorry, I was about to say final game, but no, we're playing BB tag. Right? Sorry, it's first at 3 here, so mid-set.
I don't miss that series.
Yeah, so Leon here from Korea, he ran new in BB CF, and he's character love, keeping his character here in BB tag as well. Some players said you shouldn't do that. I'm one of them, right? It's really hard to switch between the games,
Yeah.
playing the same character
Yeah.
in different games.
Is like the philosophy behind the character changed in terms of how they operate? Or
So she's a zoning character in a game with almost no zoning,
Right.
because people just maul you, they get on top of you. So yeah, she's a lot more aggressive in this one.
The thing is, like, the buttons and everything are
Yep.
different in this game, so I can't even imagine trying to play the same character in both games. Like Yuzu, for example, you know, it's easy for me to talk about because I play Yuzu and Eunice. In this game, it's like a completely
Yep.
different character.
Wow.
It's like no overlap, really, of how her buttons are or how she plays. Like, it's the same normals, but they're on different buttons and just plays totally different. So I cannot imagine playing the same character in both games. I would never try to do that.
It's interesting, you know, because I imagine they made the game thinking that people will want to come in playing their favorite characters from the other games.
Yeah.
Right.
Now there's like totally different, you know, spectrum of users because of that.
The cool thing on this game is quite easy to pick up a character, so I recommend you pick a character that you want to play in a different game that you don't
Right.
want to put in the work. It's like you
Exactly.
come to BB Tag and like, you know, I like Yuzu. I wanted to play Yuzu in Eunice, like you said, too hard. This game, I play
Yeah.
Yuzu. Yeah, it's like, let's go. She's easy, let's go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So here, yeah, Kinari was down, right? He's down 1 against 2, but the game does have resonance plays. It does have a comeback mechanic like that, so he was able to just activate it.
What exactly does that do?
You just build meter up over time, and you recover your health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's almost like sparking kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah, and you can cancel. Normally you can't cancel into super moves off specials, but you can, so your damage goes up. It's all around buff.
Nice.
Jubei is another example of a character like that, right? Because Jubei in BlazBlue is like pretty bad.
Pretty
right?
bad, yeah, pretty bad. You got to put a lot of effort in there for not much.
Yeah, but this is your
return
opportunity.
here.
If you really like the character, just throw it on a team with a strong character
Try it
like
out
Ruby,
here.
and
Getting a second
that's-
chance at that.
yeah, that's one of the great things about team games and versus games is if you have a character that you really love and maybe they're not the best, but just put them in the best shell for that character, and can't be that bad.
Yeah, team synergy is actually huge.
Yeah.
In games
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
Yeah, I watch watch a lot of Dragon Ball, and the thing about that game is there's some characters you kind of need to have
Yeah.
in your shell. This game, you can pick any 2 characters, you can make it work. It's really, really freeform.
Oh, everybody doesn't need the Gotenks.
Yeah, you don't need like I have to have the go tanks. Like I need the beam assist. You know, you
Right.
need a certain type of assist. This game,
Yeah.
every character has 3 different assists.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They
Right.
have the projectile, the close range, the launcher. So very, very flexible here and there. Kyoto winning. He knew that was a big one. Oh, I don't know what that was.
Oh, man,
man.
Papa Valle.
Uncle Valle.
With Kage. Kage here.
That's the senpai, man. That's
yeah.
the Yashimaru senpai.
So I've seen nothing about Kage.
Kage, yeah, because he is considered the absolute worst character
Really?
in the game. He's considered right now,
I
yeah.
didn't know that actually.
Yeah, he is at the bottom tiers.
Oh,
But
no.
Sako does work with him. Valle is a hard commit here. We talked earlier about, archetypes and why would you pick this character.
Sure.
So there's a lot of Shotos in this game, and people already said that about Akuma. Like, why would you pick anyone
Right,
else
yeah.
when Akuma does it better? Kage's even worse than, Ryu. He's even at the bottom
Oh,
of that ladder here.
So it's like, why would you play Kage when you play Ryu?
Yeah, and
also,
then why
would
you play Ryu?
when you
Yeah,
play
yeah.
Akuma?
Gotcha.
He's got some tricks. So his V-trigger, he's got really. He's a like a highlight character. You're not going to do well with him, but you can style in your opponent really,
You're gonna
really
get a clip.
hard.
You're
Yeah,
gonna get the clip.
Goes hand in hand with why Saka
Yeah.
would play a character like this,
and I
right?
think now in 2019, sometimes it's more valuable, right? You're like, I got a clip. I got some Twitter followers,
Exactly.
man. I might get a sponsor.
Got some eyes for my
Yeah.
sponsor. Yeah,
There we
exactly.
go.
The only problem is you got to keep playing Kage.
Yeah, the thing is right here now, so Vai's opponent is Jaewa. Jaewa is really, really strong. He's from China. He travels around the world, like one of the most well-traveled players out here.
Am I wrong, or is that Dark Jaewa?
Dark Jaewa, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
You know, old KOF player like everyone
Yeah.
else from China
Yeah.
plays KOF. But he is a really, really strong player. I was mentioning yesterday at the street. Woo, there we go. He tried to make it save. He got parried. So watch this. Going to get the hard
Oh
knockdown.
my God.
See, it looks good when it's
That
working.
was a lot of hits to do like, I don't know, 20%.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have done more.
Yeah.
He
It's
still
high
has
damage.
V-trigger active, though. There, the teleport. So that's the trick. Mix and Vi overhead. Teleports back. Oh, it's gone.
I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, so the
Yep.
teleport, you can teleport in the air, and there's Vi with the classic pop-off. Look at Jay. I love Jay. I love Jay with salt. Always salty.
Yeah, he is not happy
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
He lost to the worst character in the game, and to Vi. Vi he's a TO now. He's still a really strong player, but
Oh, yeah,
he's not
100%.
doesn't consider himself a professional competitor.
Oh, I mean, he is this time. You know, he's playing also Samurai Showdown.
Is this
so-
my boy Ray?
Yeah, so a little more
Ray?
Under Night here. Can't really. I'm glad we're seeing at least a little Gordeau, right? Can't really talk about Under Night without talking about Gordeau. But that's a free throw, yeah.
So Ray got him against Pure Pure. So Pure Pure is he just won Evo Japan, Guilty Gear, or he got, I think, top something. But he's really, really good at Guilty Gear. He plays all sorts of anime games. He's about to lose to this Melty Blood player from Maryland. Ray?
Yo.
Got him. Did someone drop it? Let me see Ray. Is he going to pop off? Oh, there's only one outside.
Yeah, this is looking pretty one-sided. I mean, this matchup, I can't imagine is very good. Mika, we talked about before, trying to get in. Gordeau,
Keep him out.
yeah,
Yeah.
one of those big range characters. Not only does he have the range, but at certain ranges, he also has extremely fast moves for how far the moves go.
Yo.
So that move right there,
That's like
Grim
full
Reaper.
screen. That's Scythe? Oh
yeah.
my God.
So that's like the
Yeah,
infamous
Grim
move, Grim
Reaper.
Reaper.
Yep.
It's like 8-frame startup is like really, really powerful.
That looks nuts.
It's kind of a calling card of Eunice where you see like a character with just like full screen normals. and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
That's-
But again, you got
that's
to put it in
wild.
context because what Puri Puri could be doing here is just playing extremely patient and just shielding.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking about defense. And,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Puri Puri is just
Yeah,
like not
yeah.
playing patient enough for
I
it.
want to see Pure Pure's outfit. Hold on. I want to see what is he wearing today? Oh, pretty normal.
Yeah.
He dresses really flashy at tournaments. Scarves and hats and all sorts of stuff.
He's got a nice mask.
He's comfy out here. But yeah, Ray rocking the Team Spooky.
Uh-oh,
There
it's
you
the
go.
businessman.
Yeah.
It's the company man.
This is a player, though, but he's wearing the hat,
He's
right?
trying to
He's trying
put
to-
that set on. Come on, dude.
I got the same problem.
I believe this is you. Yeah, from Team Yamasa.
I thought it was just like a frog head, but no, you got a whole body back
Yeah,
there.
the whole,
too.
the
That's-
whole, the whole
That's nice.
body there.
Is that like company policy? Like you can't be on camera without it?
You have to do it. You must wear.
Is he going to actually attempt to put the headset on, or is he just going to leave it around his neck? That's what I want to
I
see.
feel
Yeah,
like he
put it on
already-
full volume. Like you have
Yeah.
to just
Just
there's
turn it up and
speakers.
just hear whatever you can.
I feel like it's one of those situations where he just did it out of habit and he realized the can't, like, you know,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
frog
yeah.
was there. Now he's embarrassed. He's like, whatever, it's going to go in my neck.
Yeah, yeah. That's totally what I meant to do the whole
meant
time.
No one
to
saw
do
it.
that the
No
whole
one saw
time,
it. It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I meant to do that. We got Fang versus Josie right now. Is it? I don't think it's you. I can never tell. You always changing his hair. Yeah, the other joke too is Team Yamasa. Everyone has a Fang. Everyone plays
Oh, okay.
Fang on that team. Like, even if it's not the main, everyone has a Fang. Everyone has a Steve. Going against Josie. Player names, I'm not sure. Come on. All right, so this is not you. This is a different Yamasa member that does play Fang here. He's not one of the pro players, so I think, like you said, Hellbox, this is one of the staff.
Yeah. But the thing about that, though, is sometimes the non-pro player
Yeah.
is still a beast.
Yeah,
I mean, he's putting in work.
Yeah,
He
no
just
question.
destroyed Stack
Yeah.
there in round one.
Something about Tekken, too, is now Tekken's seen a lot of success because people from other games are coming into it, but Tekken players traditionally only play Tekken, and they play for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're one of these old men. It's like, you know, I'm a casual player, but I've been playing for 15 years now. I can mess you up.
Yep.
Exactly.
Now the test of the medals coming here. Can he come back from this situation? Because Stack has put him on the ropes.
Low pass to
Ooh,
start,
nice.
but yeah, it's going to be heavily scaled. He'll get the
Yeah,
wall here.
damage gets nerfs off those parries because I guess otherwise you just
Okay,
don't
he bet
hammer,
it.
Right?
Going to get the wall again.
Uh-oh.
Another one? No, this
That's
is not,
old
no,
man
no, no.
veteran
Don't
stuff.
do it again. Anyone for the mid? No,
Old
that.
man veteran. See?
Oh my God, that was ugly. That was so bad.
Kuma Miyako, just here on vacation.
I feel like that was like perfect
Snake
example
edge,
of
snake
mid-level
edge.
play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like low
Just
mid.
keep doing it, keep doing it.
Low. All those lows, by the way, are very, very unsafe. They
Yeah.
are reactable, and he's like, "Look, you're not going to react to this. Do it
Yeah.
again. Do it again. Do it again."
He'll
The fourth
never
one,
be
yeah.
expecting me to
He
do it
would
again.
never do that again.
Yeah.
That's the psychology of a fighting
I
game.
go.
man.
See, blocked. So Stack not ready with the punish though. That's big.
Whoa!
Yeah, goes for a spring kick. Low again. You're just doing strength.
Stack getting
Yeah.
shook, man.
I
He
mean,
is,
like after
yeah.
that second round, it was like, okay, I got
Yeah.
this, it's going okay, and then just that'll shatter you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
after that,
For
you're just
sure.
done.
Like he's just trying to hold it together, but he's sweating.
Yeah, so earlier I mentioned too, movement is really important in Tekken. So right now you can tell the thing is really aggressive. So if you're Joji, you want to back off. You want to try and create some space, slow him down.
Let him
but-
whiff something, right?
Yeah, whiff, because he's going for a lot of unsafe stuff.
Oh, he's
but
looking at the wiki right now. Like, okay, yeah.
how do I how do I backdash? What is a backdash?
He's actually Googling, where do I buy frog helmet?
Yeah, right. Obviously a power up, overpowered.
Yeah, yeah.
Please nerf.
He's typing something.
Yeah.
In there. He's already on Twitter complaining about
Oh, he
this.
hit a
like-
rematch too. Shoot, he finished that before the match started.
Oh, even the
crying,
character's
Joe.
crying. I was gonna say, oh no,
Stack's like, I'm getting nervous too. Shoot.
I have to fight this beast again.
This girl always she cries when she starts the round. She cries when she's always just crying. I don't
mad
get it, man.
neurotic.
Emotional
Okay.
okay.
She's crying.
Hey, man,
Again, just going for that snake edge, full
human
screen,
beings are
sweep,
emotional
sweep,
people.
sweep.
Wow, he is just testing him.
Yeah, jabs are quite strong. Just a stand jab is really, really important part of Tekken, right? It's, safe on block. You get a little bit of frame advantage. The only weakness is it's a high. So stacking, probably start ducking more. Rage drive connects. If he has his combo, he might be able to get the balcony. A hatchet kick, okay. Another low. He's paying him back for the load from earlier. I've been
him up
feeling that
against
we're
the
going to see a
wall,
sweep.
I think if Stack gets around here, he's gonna feel tons better.
No,
Oh, never
Rage
mind.
art, dude. No! Harada, please.
Double commentator's curse.
So that definitely, he deserved to win. That was the 3D mechanic, the camera is still not
Yeah.
perfect. There are some issues where it's like, what?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask, was that like
No, no.
calculated
No,
or is that
no,
just
no,
okay?
no.
All right.
Stack is telling you it was calculated.
Okay.
He was like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
oh, yeah, no
man.
question.
I knew it was going to work out like that.
Yeah, I used that normal specifically because I knew
Yep.
that if he did it,
No,
The
but you-
hitbox is just mad tiny for
Unsponsored,
Josie.
by the
That's
way.
why you picked
yeah.
it.
It's the you mentioned earlier how nice the game is and how good it looks and everything. A lot of it has to do with the cameras, the zoom in, the like the panning, the twirling, and everything. Unfortunately, sometimes during the cutscenes it messes up.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite get all the way around, and then
I remember when Street Fighter 4 first started, when it started employing that, a lot of people were worried about that because of the positioning problem.
Yeah.
And we just kind of went all ham with it in terms of development, and it's still an issue. Hopefully, Kuma can still shake that off.
Yeah, he definitely won that round.
Yeah.
So he definitely won that round. Something that hurts
'Cause that
too.
could mess with
yeah,
your head,
yeah,
man.
Oh my God. Fighting games are really, really. It's a mental game, right?
Sure.
You have to be in a good mindset. You can't let your emotions get to you. But he doesn't care. He's going for another sweep.
He's a beast and a robot at that. Does not feel any pain.
Oh.
Yeah, Stack really needs to recognize that. Like he keeps going for this low. You can react to it, Stack, please.
All right, you got
Strings
nope. I was
are
gonna say yeah,
just-
one more chance. We get bounced.
That string was long. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I won't pretend to understand taking strings. I just know that they hurt.
They hurt.
You
and
see openings. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's not a
Yeah.
combo.
that's
he definitely
that's
could have got
the worst
out.
thing because you get hit and you're like, I know that wasn't real. Like,
Yes.
come on, man. The famous,
Oh, dude.
the famous quote of an angry net player was like, "He's doing strikes. He's doing strikes. Stop doing strikes." Yeah. Oh, he's showing off. He did his work. He got a little promotion right there.
Well done. Well done.
Did his thing. But yeah,
that
anyway,
Christmas
that's going to
bonus.
be it, I think, for our block. We had a lot of good matches. We're just getting started, right? This is the first round of
Yep.
pools at EVO. We're going all day today, all day tomorrow. Before that, I'm going to give some lovely shout-outs to our sponsors here today. Who do we got this year? I haven't even been briefed up there. Oh, here we go. So we got BenQ. Zowie monitor there. I have one of these at home, actually.
Lucky man. I don't.
Yeah.
I still got a Samsung.
It's a leftover from Beast TV. Oh, I brought that home after the event. I was like, I'll take that.
I got one too. These things are killer. Hey, if you guys have a PC and you don't have a 144 hertz monitor, I'm telling you, it is life-changing, and Zowie has those. They're incredible.
I don't
Y'all
even know
just
what that
rubbing it
means,
in.
man.
Oh,
I don't even know
yeah,
what 44 hertz. I
sorry.
just know it's good for fighting games, right? With
Well,
no
that's
lags.
it, that's
Just throw
it.
that up there. And then right here, we have good luck to all the competitors out here. Hyperkin right now. Looks like we have converters for all. Like the dude earlier was playing
yeah.
with
Oh,
the
Guitar
yeah,
Hero.
the guitar.
Yeah,
Hero.
yeah.
You can't just plug a Guitar Hero controller in. You got to mod it here.
You got Street Fighter Apple Watch? What?
I got an Apple Watch. I don't know if I want Street Fighter, man. I'm trying to get some Tekken or something. the China gaming market solution and do all sorts of stuff out there in China. You guys ever been to China?
Not yet.
Not once.
I go every year for at least twice for fighting game tournaments. They know what they're doing out there. It's
Okay,
pretty sick.
cool.
I got to watch out for these guys.
They got legal advice and stuff.
When I'm
over
out there. Do they? Get my visa back, man.
Oh.
Give it back. Let me out of
I
here.
didn't mean to bring up any painful memories. Geico Gaming, man.
Tony, was this on your?
Yeah.
Were
These
you
are my
wearing a
boys.
shirt
That's the
there
Geico-
earlier?
Well,
Something
let me
happened
see.
before.
Somewhere in here.
Somewhere on there.
Before it got freezing in this
Okay.
venue. Yeah, that's what it was. Shout outs to Geico Gaming, helping out my team, Panda Global. These guys are great.
What do we got else? Fusion, my Power A, new pads. Yeah. Oh man, like I was saying, sticks, man. I feel like an old man still playing arcade sticks.
Dude, so many people are coming
Yeah.
on pads right now.
Pads,
we're getting memed, dude. Like pad players are just talking about the things we can't do.
Yeah,
now.
I remember back in the day when if you were a pad player, you were
Yeah,
like an
you look down, and now the pad players on top of the world,
Yeah,
man.
dude, Sonic Fox is just busting me out.
And then last one. I'm gonna say it. Look, I'm a white dude from New Jersey. Kwamba. It's Kwamba to me. I've heard different pronunciations, Chemba, but I like Kwamba. So
It's
Kwamba
Kwamba.
USA. Use the code EVO2019, 50% off site-wide. I have all these. I actually have every single Kwamba stick.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Kwamba, definitely a stick company that's been very good to my community of SNK. Working with like people like Shanghai, working with people like Arcade Shock.
Yep.
So they are very well accepted in my heart. I got that drone actually. It's really nice. You know, people, they might not like the size of it, but it's actually really comfortable. So I think if you want like a really affordable stick that you can carry in your book bag
Travel
anywhere
stick,
you
baby,
go,
yep.
Yeah,
that's
good
the
travel
one.
stick.
Yeah.
And then last one, the Hard Knock Nights Live. There's a Kickstarter. What is this, for a new game right now? So I guess you check it out here from Canon PT Studio.
Yeah, I think it's like a multiplayer boxing game, and there's some like fighting game community members that are helping produce it.
I love seeing that. You know, the FGC guys going from players, moving up to developers and stuff. We had, I don't know if you watched before we started our block, so they announced Rising Thunder's coming back, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. That's
Yeah.
sick.
So, oh, sorry. We are told we're not allowed to say that name, but there is a new project, spiritual successor to Rising Thunder,
That's what
coming
it is.
out there. So, hey, I love seeing the FGC step up, starting to develop some stuff like that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching the first block. We take a little break. We'll be back, I think, with a new set of commentators, some more matches. I had a great time. I'm sure we'll be back together
awesome.
before the
Yeah,
weekend is
definitely.
over.
For sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, guys,
We'll make
take
it
care.
happen.
We'll be right back.
in action.
Oh, yeah. In his prime. Here we go.
Double up on him. Wow. Gonna take 1 meter, I think
Yeah,
that's it.
just
He's gonna level
level
up. Yeah, he's gonna level
Yeah.
up anyway. Get the Gohan in, and we all know how good GT Goku's assist is. So Nakia level 1 with the Gohan, backed by 2 incredible assists, is gonna be tough for Viper.
Yeah, going with almost perfect here right now. All right, Nakiel going easy here with the spacing. Super dashing in, gets the hit, extends it with Yamcha.
Get the textbook and Nakia stuff. Yeah, finish it with the ultimate back fist. He's gonna get the level 3 for the hard knockdown, put some damage on him as well. Goku 1 combo away from death.
Ooh, goes right into the Dragon Rush.
He showed him the GT Goku assist, Romanova. That was nice.
You got to be scared when that's on screen. You have to hold that.
Yeah, that's a very common tactic in this game, right? People set up with the assist and then Dragon Rush before the block stun actually hits.
Ooh, got him with the palm there. No confirm off of it though. And this pressure is going to be crazy. Reflex. Tried to 2H. Got 2H'd.
Nakia lining away with his own. Tried for the side switch combo right there with the legs. End up dropping it. Not the easiest thing in the world. Oh my goodness. Just keeps swinging. Went into the auto combo afterwards. Takes the knockdown. Another wake up reflect from Viper though. Going to get him out of it for a second.
Ooh, went into the EX legs there. Got hit. Finally a hit here for Viper. Got 6 bars on deck. Going to go with the final flash.
Yeah, the jump L was pretty clean, Caught Nakiel's own jump L. Wow, just raw tag. Was holding it. Pops the sparking as well for an easy conversion. Got a side switch with the auto combo.
Oh yeah, 1 bar's going to end it here. Not even. Yeah. No, yeah, he's going to end it.
Yeah, you were
I
right,
was going
you
to
were
say,
right.
he could keep extending it all he wants. He's just going to end it with the level 1. Game 1 going to Nakiel.
Send him to outer space. Nakiel does take a quick lead here. Now, Viper did get washed that game, but I promise you, he is much better than that showing. Especially as a fellow adult Gohan player, I believe. He's got backed by Goku and Vegeta, all right, 2 great assists, but the thing is, Nakiel has plenty of experience against like Super Noon, people that still rock the Vegeta assist, so he's still accustomed to fighting it.
We tagged in Super Saiyan Goku here.
Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure if it was just like a missed assist call. I can't recall the exact situation.
Could potentially be going to go with that snap meta. Like you said, Nakiel loves that. And he's going to get hit here with Yamcha assist. Drops the combo. GT Goku doing his thing. Are we going to see Viper block this time? All right, good defense here from Viper. Holding that pressure. Oh, but he can't hold for that long.
Yeah, got clipped by the power pole. That is a low. Goes with the relaunch combo here. Good stuff. Gonna just end it there, and Viper's forced to pop the sparking once more.
Yeah, I feel like he really wanted to save his Gohan here. Backed off after that vanish, though. Ooh, gets hit by the beam.
Man. Yeah, I think he's playing a little too timid, really afraid of losing that Gohan, because you can see the team's built entirely around that character, right? With Goku and Vegeta backing it up.
Yeah, and Nakiel's just not really giving Viper a chance to breathe here at all.
Completely smothering him with the GT Goku. Now we're going to have both assists available as well because it's a new character. Oh, try to launch him, but great cancel. As soon as he saw he's blocked, and he chases him down. Of course, looking forward to M, catches him.
Yeah, and you can't doubt the reach of this little man either, especially with the power pull on deck. All right, here we go, Spirit Bomb.
Now, which way is he going to go? He doesn't have enough meter kill. Actually, he could have built to another level 3, but he just goes 1 high and then the low, fakes the double overhead, and Nakiel's going to put it into that Goku.
This is looking like a very clean win potentially for Nakiel.
Yeah, absolutely. Barely taking any damage between both games. Trying to stutter step. He actually does connect.
Yeah, those were some great staggers there, too, from Viper to get the hit. Seems like he's been getting most of his damage in this last game and this game with Vegeta. Going into the final flash again. What's he going to try and mix this time, though? Last time he jumped in, backed off. Oh, same thing.
Yeah, this time he dashes in, then goes for the back. Maybe looking for him to whip something and go with the rocket kick, but Nakiel challenges on the staggers this time. Doesn't quite get the extension he was looking for. Viper looking to mash back with a crouch medium. That's not going to happen. Sparking combo dropped.
Yeah, that's definitely an unfortunate drop, but just like this, Nakiel's going to get the hit again, and this could easily be death as long as there's no drop again. Here we go, level 1, level 3. Finishing it out here with the boys.
All right, well, you know, he looks a little out of practice, you know, but Nakiel is very, very strong. Definitely one of the favorites to go far in this tournament. One of the world's best. Yeah, he gave him the pat on the shoulder, too. That was a little Little
He's
salt
like,
on the
I'm
wounds.
sorry, man.
Yeah.
I just had to suffocate you here with
He was
some
like,
GT
look.
Goku.
Yeah, he was like,
some
look.
legs.
If that character's on the screen, I'm picking GT Goku. That's just how it is. Good stuff from Nakia, though. He's going to be moving on in winners bracket as we move along here in the pools. Definitely, that's the team I play, right? So I love watching Nakia.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you switched to the GT Goku. You jumped on that train.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
listen
know,
to
I don't
the
know if I can.
developers.
I don't know if I
listen
can
to
know
them.
you anymore.
Oh, it'd be like that. We're still Gohan brethren, though.
It's okay. I'm still. That's true. We are still Gohan
Adult.
brethren. Yeah, adult
Adult
Gohan,
Gohan.
not Tohan, not Tohan.
But yeah, this should be a fun day. Of course, it's all going to happen right here on twitch.tv/Evo6 Dragon Ball Fighters. Pretty much all the pools are happening today. And then tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, we're going to get into the semifinals. Then following that, we're going to get into the top 8. So it's wrapping up tomorrow. So all action all the time here on Dragon Ball Fighters. And it's been a good time. So this is your first time commentating at Evo.
First time commentating Evo.
Is this
Very
your first
excited.
block?
This is my first block.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So
Yeah. Getting to share this moment with you, Rin. Very special day.
I'm
Very
glad.
special day
You've
for
been to
us.
Vegas, though?
Yes.
Okay,
So my
okay.
first Evo was 2016.
Oh,
Actually.
okay.
I competed in MKX
Okay.
and had a great time. Never knew how hot it was in Vegas before.
Man, yes.
The heat is not very kind here.
Yeah.
Right.
We've been
So-
lucky enough to dodge the locusts, right?
Yeah, yeah. I saw maybe one grasshopper.
Yeah.
One grasshopper yesterday.
So that's good. And another reminder about this tournament, specifically about Dragon Ball FighterZ, is that it's the first Saga event of the tour right here for the
Yes.
2019 season. So the first place
Yes.
winner is taking home 550 points, going towards qualifying for the finals in France. That's so sick too.
And they just announced another stop for the
Oh,
tour
word.
in Mexico. Right?
Oh, say Thunderstruck is running
Thunderstruck.
back.
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. They, I believe it's in September. I
That
want to
was-
say, don't quote me, but I want to say September 14th.
Oh, it's September or October, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. It's the Thunderstruck. Yeah, fantastic tournament I went to last year in Mexico. It was a great Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament. That was the 4-star Dragon Ball last year, so I like
Yeah.
the extra special lore behind it, and that's where Hook Gang God got his Dragon Ball. So yeah, definitely an epic tournament. Big shout outs to the Mexican community as well. Always very welcoming and just in general, easy to have a good time with.
Yeah. So, who are you really excited to see, or do you think that might be maybe somebody to shine here at Evo?
Man, okay, so my sleeper, I'm hoping he does well, is Subatomic Sabres.
Okay.
He's a Soul Cowboy, goes to WNF every single week, very good lab monster. And he's already had some top 8 performances. I believe he made top 8 at Combo Breaker. I know he made top 8 at NCR. He got 3rd place. So he's shown that he can perform at the big stage. But, I mean, Evo's a beast like no other, right? The amount of people, 1,200 entrants. I mean, the endurance it takes to get to the top 8 just alone is incredible.
Yeah.
What about you?
I believe also, like in Subatomic Sabres, with what you're saying, I got to see him, I believe, when we were commentating at Combo Breaker.
Oh, yeah,
And he had some really good games, and yeah, he made, I think it was loser's side, he made
Yeah,
top
I
8
think he got like
there.
7th, yeah.
For me, I was talking a lot to Damascus and Tyrant.
Mhm.
They were actually talking a lot about Wawa.
Yes, of
So
course.
Wawa's like their new boy.
Yeah.
And I kind of am like almost convinced to jump on the Wawa train here. No pun intended. I actually, speaking of Wawa, the food
Oh.
at the actual Wawa,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's great. But Wawa, he plays base Goku.
Yes.
And so we were talking a lot yesterday about base Goku. The man, especially like when you're playing against people online, this move,
Yeah.
it's
Destroys
just
people.
it destroys you. You can vanish into that thing and it gets you every time.
Yeah, because a lot of the
Every
time,
time.
when it comes to escaping assists in Dragon Ball FighterZ, you want to get to the side that it's not directly attacking, right?
Yeah.
But the thing with base Goku, that move when he's on point and as an assist, both hit on both sides.
Shaheen, a very good character in his own right in this game. You know, a little bit of a nerfs since Season 2, but still a great character. All right, so we got Rick the Ruler from STL. Oh, nice power crush there. That power crush is not very good, too.
No. Found the time to use it.
Still A.
Oof, that 4-4-2. Right. Such a good forward moving. It's like you can equate it to like a mini jackhammer. Just a great move to approach with.
All right, Ern's right now trying to bait out the hop kick situations. But man, he's throwing out a lot of punishable stuff here. Yeah. I think, you know, first round, I understand you're trying to establish dominance. You're trying to get into your flow a little bit. But you got to slow down a little bit, bro.
There you go. Gets to the wall. No Oki though. There.
All right, nice throw break from Ernst. Oh, right back at you. Right now, Ernst, what he should be trying to do here is find his way away from that wall, because Bob, where he's still great, is applying corner pressure just like this.
That's the second time I've seen that power crush ever in my entire life. That's crazy.
Oh, no duck from Rick the Ruler. 7-1
Ooh!
Steps out the blue stuff.
Yeah, Erds have been going for stuff like that, like down back 2-1 that hasn't been ducked yet. He's been doing the screw string.
Fatality. Nightwolf wins.
Welcome back, and a huge shout out to Slipknot for providing the brand new single Soulwave Firth as one of our theme songs for the Mortal Kombat Pro competition stop here at EVO 2019. Their new album, We Are Not Your Kind, arrives on August 9th, and make sure to catch them on their headlining Knotfest Roadshow tour this summer, featuring Gojira, Volbeat, and Behemoth. This is EVO 2019. My name is Ketchup, joined on the desk by Mustard, and this is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. Let's get started.
And to add on to that, it is also officially the biggest Mortal Kombat tournament of all time. We have over 1,500 entrants from literally the entire world here today to play. Over the next 2 days, we will crown our first EVO 2019 champion for MK11. How's it going, my friends? This tournament has been something a lot of us have been looking forward to for quite some time, and I can't wait to get stuck in.
Ultimately, if you're a fan of fighting games, you know what EVO is. It really, no other fighting game tournament out there just has the legacy that EVO has. It just gathers so many different games, and you know, before all of the big pro competitions for all the different fighting games that have the year-long span happened, EVO was always the World Championships, you know, and many of the community kind of still consider EVO to be a World Championship in its own right, and whoever wins this tournament will have one of the two most prestigious victories in MK11 history. You know, both a pro competition later on and EVO this weekend.
Now, we do know that, of course, EVO is in Las Vegas. We are here in America once more as a pro competition event, but the thing is, EVO always carries with it a certain air of weight, right? Like, everyone at some point in fighting games always dreams about, you know, getting a top 8 at EVO, being an EVO champ, because it is something that the entire fighting game community worldwide really does hold in high esteem, right? And it's always exciting, especially when it's year one for a game, to see who that kind of like first ever top 8 is going to be. But, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh, we have a long way to go.
We are in pool play and will be in pools all day. We have, I believe it's like over 120 pools to get through. Over 1,500 players, over 120 pools. That's a lot to get through, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today.
So first of all, Inferno 26 and Panty Chris, Baraka versus Sub-Zero. Two very, very popular characters, you know, for good reason, really. You know, it's really sick to me how we're 3 months later and there's still a bunch of these intros that we haven't heard. I'll just sit there and let it rock. But yeah, so Pool Play, this is like the first stage, right? For some of you that watch tournaments, you're not familiar with pools, it's the early group stages. Players have to play essentially a little mini tournament in its own right to make it out in winners or losers, and this is where, you know, the first bulk of players get through. That crushing blow down 2, immediately damage. Going in for the Gutted, unfortunately too high up, and Gutted, you know, is height specific. You got to catch it at the right bit to get the combo there. But round 1 done already. Well, that's the best kind of round as well. When you do drop a combo, especially off like, you know, the uppercut crushing blow, it's like that one-time expenditure, right? You can't really afford to mess it up. But if you're going to drop the combo and then effectively turn it into just straight away another one because a jump in lands, that's the perfect way of dealing with it. But Infernal 21 with that Marauder. High damage characters right here, 2 of them. I know obviously like Baraka hits harder than Sub-Zero, but Sub-Zero just has that mix, right? But Thin Ice, the mix isn't quite what you're scared of, right? It's more neutral control, the slide. Pantychris looking a bit uncomfortable, and that's a punish. Could have been a little bit bigger, but actually, you know what? Keeping it simple because you didn't have the amplifier, that makes a lot of sense. I respect it. And this is actually game already. There it is. Game number 1. Done and dusted, and you know, this is kind of what to expect in pools, right? You know, it's hard to gauge maybe the experience level or how much people might have played the game and all that. It's very much a mixed bag here, and Marauder Baraka is really good for those group stages. Well, I think generally speaking, it's for multiple reasons though, right? He has the high damage. He's not the hardest character to kind of just pick up and play, but at a higher level, it's, you know, he's a very good character for whiff punishing, for footsies, that good jump in, just a very complete character. And wow. Pantychris starting with the Icicle Barrage, but just didn't actually have the time to send it. Unfortunately, quite a slow move. Big jump in with the extended button, no less. Yeah, very uncomfortable on Wake Up, and Baraka's just going to cash out there with the crushing blow. Understanding that's damage over time, and tries to go for the Wake Up interaction. And as long as you're taking all that damage and you hit a neutral jump, like in many ways, it's the most damage you're going to get. Baraka hurts so good, and believe it or not, this series is almost over already. Match point there for Infernal 26. Neutral jump on punch, because I assume he's just expecting Pantychris to be uncomfortable on Wake Up, because most of the other time he has been. I like that. He goes for, he ended the combo and the uppercut to kind of like fly him out of the corner, but then immediately chased it down. Infernal playing really clean so far. Pantychris tries to go for the anti-cross-up uppercut. Man, he just get the second back-to-back. This opportunity, but no, he drops the combo completely. That's an unfortunate drop, because it was momentum lost as well, right? The moment you finally have like something that resembles yourself back into the fight, and then you drop the combo, it's like, oh, you know, almost like falling at the first hurdle kind of situation. But you know what? That's just how it be sometimes. The first series is done. Almost gets caught in the mix-up. Dude, that handshake mix-up is so real at fighting game events. There are so many things that can cause a handshake to be missed. I'd wager it happens more at EVO than it does any other tournament as well, though. Because honestly, like, if you're looking for the handshake and someone goes to the fist bump, it's like, what do you do? It's almost like a game of chicken. It's like, do they change? Do you change? If you both change, it just makes it 100 times worse. But at EVO, everyone's already stressed enough as it is, you know, trying to get out of their pools, trying to make it work, and then all of a sudden, now there's an additional mix-up I didn't even practice. It's an awkward position where you're unplugging your controls, and then you turn around, and the guy's already like this, and you're like, how long has he been left there? Or maybe there's nothing, and it's like, hey, hang on, why didn't you want a handshake? That's because you missed the cue, right? That's even worse. We've talked about this before, but the mix-up is always halfway, where someone goes to shake your hand, they kind of do this. Halfway through, they give it some of that. Oh, because now what do I do? What do either of us do? Because if we both have the same idea, when I do this and your hand is out, and we both change, like that happens. That happens all the time. Like, you know, it's your first reaction. So, this is supposed to be a big tournament, by the way. It is. Oh, because we have plenty left to go. We're obviously just gone live now. We have at least a good 8 hours of pool play. A long time. For those of you watching at home today, there is plenty more where that came from. But that's the thing, right? That's the word. Pool play. This is the part of the tournament where obviously it's round 1. Obviously it's like the first stages. But, you know, coming from an experience of both of us, you know, we've played in a lot of tournaments. We've been around for quite some time. We've competed in EVO ourselves. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, you did once in a year and did kind of well for yourself. That was a pretty good year. I'm not going to lie. I bet you didn't waste the opportunity to bring that up, did you? No. You went straight on it. No, the opportunity arose and I took it. Regardless, the point I was trying to make is that pool play is arguably the most stressful point of the tournament. It's very unpredictable. Especially when it's like this, when it is such a big tournament, when there are so many names you're not familiar with. You might get players that, because that's the thing, right? EVO as a tournament is the amount of people that will come to EVO and you'll talk to them and they'll be like, this is my first tournament I've ever been to. I don't even follow, you know, fighting games that much, but I wanted to come here because it's EVO, right? It's the big one. It's the biggest one. But at the same time, there are a lot of players that are here as their first tournament because they want
EVO to be their debut, right?
Oh,
they know they're strong, and they want EVO to be the tournament that they, make their stamp on the community. But you don't know them at the moment, and that's why it's always said about EVO that EVO top 8s are in many ways more unpredictable than basically any other top 8 that there can be in other tournaments, because it's just the sheer magnitude of people that turn up to EVO that might make it their one tournament a year they can finally turn up at. So you have these crazy situations where an unknown player will turn up, or someone that, there's whispers in the wind about them, and that's where they make a name for themselves. But in this case, getting through those first few matches. For a bit of clarity here, obviously, for those watching as well, the tournament hasn't just started. It's been live since 10 a.m. here, and the stream started for 2 our time. So for 4 hours, we've already had some Mortal Kombat 11 action. Some of the pools are finished. Players such as Biohazard have already made it out of their pool, and we'll be seeing them play tomorrow, as far as I'm aware, because today will be all pools. We still have so many of them to get through. But yeah, don't be surprised if some of the players have posted online about how, hey, I made it out of my pool, you didn't watch them. Don't worry, they just started earlier today, and now we're live, and you can catch the rest of the action here. So it's going to be Yo Mr. White versus Dibbler in our next game. Now, again, just to kind of reiterate, because pool play is so early on, right? It's very much like it's almost like a box of chocolates, right? You have straight up no idea who you're going to get in this tournament. Like, who is your opponent? Who are they going to play? There are so many people that haven't competed in an MK11 event before that it's hard to research. A big part of being a competitive player is looking at your tournaments that you're going to, looking at your pools, looking at who's in your path, and kind of looking up their characters and being prepared. But it's I don't want to say impossible to do that at EVO, because it's definitely not, but it's a lot harder, just due to the sheer level of unknown that you have to deal with. Especially in a game, right? We're in month 3 now for MK11. It's not the freshest game off the block, but it's definitely still early days for the competitive crowd to kind of really flesh out the game, figure out what they like, what characters are strong, especially when there are certain variations that don't get used too much. Obviously, we've already seen players like, for example, Biohazard is already out of his pool, winning it with Kano to no huge surprise. And then we've seen plenty of, again, we've kind of just been hovering around the street, the tournament stations off stream, and seen a lot of Jackie, a lot of Sub-Zero. Actually, I've seen a lot of Sub-Zero today, and I feel like that's going to be most of it, just characters that we kind of know they're strong, we know they're strong picks for tournament. But I'm hoping to see the diamonds in the rough, because the elephant in the room really is Shang Tsung. I mean, we haven't even touched on Shang Tsung yet, but yeah, this is the first official pro competition event where Shang Tsung is officially legal. So I say expect to see him, I guess, at maybe a higher level. We will definitely see him. We will be seeing some Shang Tsung. I do believe, if you're the kind of player that kind of dabbles and jumps around in Mortal Kombat, maybe this won't be your main game. You're probably not going to play Shang, but if you're really a player that likes that keep away, that dry play, he's definitely the character for you. But yeah, Noob Saibot versus Geras. Button checks first to make sure everyone's buttons are good. And I mean, best of 3, biggest tournament in the world. You want to make sure your buttons are right. You don't want to lose the game to that. I don't think this is a button check. Really? No, they look like it. Yeah. They started off with forward 2-1-2 and then did the sand trap. So I'm like, okay, is that an actual thing? But yeah, sort of most notably, sort of Shang Tsung. He was a character that I think the majority of the community tried out and were very quick to kind of say, this character is amazing, this character is top tier. But already, a lot of people that kind of played Shang Tsung have already kind of gotten off the Shang train and have already kind of gone back to their old familiars. But there are players here that I know have been playing a lot of Shang that I'm really looking forward to watching. I know Wasminator, of course, from Down Under, the Australian god, has been playing Shang Tsung, won his pool earlier on. Foxy Grandpa plays his pool at 8 o'clock tonight and will be playing Shang, no doubt. And Forever King as well. Forever King's been playing a lot of Shang, and we'll be seeing him here as well. So there are definitely Shang players that I have my eye on personally. But going back to this game at hand, between Mr. White and Dibbler, it's going to be Geras versus Noob Saibot.
Death cannot take you. My spark of infinity never fades. It must be destroyed.
I feel like you just don't like talking over the intros. You just really like hearing them. I really like them. I'm never going to talk over Noob Saibot as well. He's my jam. Oh! Okay. That's one way to start things off. But I mean, Geras versus Noob Saibot, it's seemed to be a match that is a little bit tricky for Noob. Ultimately, Geras has a lot of options for Noob Saibot's unsafe tools. Noob Saibot's a character of, can they punish back 1/1+3 or can they not? He sand traps it, right? Yeah, if they can't, he's fine. But if they can,
one of his best tools becomes a massive risk, and it changes the matchup. But yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's definitely a matchup changer, but I don't know if it's going to be the be-all, end-all. Because we're seeing a lot of Noob Saibot players begin to kind of play around it. They're going for just the back one by itself. It's being used as a conditioning tool more than anything else. But it gets people blocking at that range, which does open up a little bit more of your game, right?
Now those back-to-back down ones, you know, Geras will get away with that all the time, mostly because it's not very minus and it's really fast. You know, it forces Noob Saibot to have to go for back one. And if he's, you know, if Noob Saibot's going to be slow on the uptake, then you're in a bad situation. Uh-oh, guaranteed situation here. Chop. Are we going to see a bait on the wake up, or another day wake up into block? Dibbler being patient, and then another grab. This is where it gets scary. If you want to sit there against Geras and just sit and block and wait for your turn, it's going to be barely minus or maybe throw territory. Another hit. No bar spent from Mr. White. He's content just keeping all these resources. Oh, tries to walk down a throw. Another block from Dibbler, but again getting thrown. This is why it's dangerous. As much as you want to just sit there and block a game, the second you decide not to, reading a throw, that's going to happen. And the what? That hit his feet. Well, I can only assume that because the teleport is technically a high, the down two both made it whiff and then crushing blowed it before Noob Saibot could land. I've never seen that before. Never seen that ever.
It's like the uppercut was already active by the time the teleport came into it. So it's like he came out of the floor chin first with like his teeth missing.
Well, my worry is that Dibbler didn't, she's not really been fighting back. You know, a lot of these minus situations that, you know, normally it's your turn to press or take a button. She's kind of sitting there and blocking it and eating a lot of grabs because of it. And the more grabs you hit, the more nervous you become about the grab next time. And oh wow, same thing. That's just that. It just be like that. But look, so high up in the air, the bed of spikes completely missed. How about that?
Still though, even though the combo was dropped, it was a ton of damage being dealt, and there's already a half life lead for Mr. White already.
There's so many of these whiffed grabs, and there's no punish there. That's the issue that we're seeing. No counter hit, so the crushing blow is going to stick around for another round, I imagine, but no full combo, the jump 3 as well. And Mr. White kind of just, I don't know, seemed not to close it out a couple of times, but this match should have been over 20 seconds ago.
I feel like he's just very not stressed, right? Mr. White's playing like a guy that he knows he's dominating the match. He knows that he doesn't have to do too much because, again, big counter hit with punish. There we go, and just like that, almost 30%
that
by
just
itself.
Definitely looks like a spirit ball that didn't come out, and you're going to eat a crushing blow for your troubles. But again, there's the minus frames. Finding ways for the down one, that's not a bad time to press. If you're going to challenge back with your own down one, but shot. Right, what's the mix-up here? Just, yeah, forward 2 again. No crushing blow needed, but we're still once more situations. I can't think of anything Geras has where he doesn't get a free situation after it hits.
It's one of the reasons why he's considered to be such a strong character, right? If Geras hits you pretty much with anything, he's going to be getting a lot of OP of it, right? He's going to get a lot of advantage. He's going to be right in your face, and he's going to be able to threaten you with the mids, with the throw game. And again, because everything kind of loops into itself, like it's not a vortex, because obviously it's not guaranteed. It's all a read that Geras has to make, but it's something that he gets off of every touch, which is why it ends up being so strong. But I think the biggest problem Dibbler had there was just, again, as like you said, wasn't really fighting back. Had a lot of opportunities where Mr. White would find himself minus or even punishable in a lot of instances, but she was kind of just content to just sit there and blocking and not really a lot else. And when she would decide to attack, it was with a jump in that could be anti-ed or a teleport, which is like one of the easiest punishes for Geras, for sure.
Well, you look at what happens when you fight Geras. The big thing you need to understand is just how all of his moves work. I know that's a bit of a broad statement, but with Geras in particular, you kind of need to know when it is your turn to press a button. Because there's so many situations where he'll squeeze in a down one, he might throw a special move on the end to try and throw up that defensive rhythm that you have. And without that, and if you're kind of just sitting there letting Geras do what he wants, you're kind of unnecessarily just making life harder for yourself. But having a look at some of the matches we have lined up, I'm kind of interested actually, because one of the names that I'm seeing in our lineup of players waiting to play on stream is Tasty Steve.
For real?
Tekken commentator extraordinaire.
Okay.
Not even Tekken commentator, just commentator extraordinaire is Tasty Steve. He's a lovely guy. And I know he's been playing Mortal Kombat. I don't know how much, but
I've seen him dabble, right?
I'm excited.
Like Tasty Steve is just one of those guys that, like, he's a fighting game fan,
Oh,
right?
you know why? He plays Noob Saibot as well. We talked about it at Versus Fight.
All the commentators play Noob Saibot.
All the commentators. Me, Rip, Tasty Steve.
Shy Guy.
Shy Guy plays Noob Saibot as well. We're taking over, man. Just not in bracket.
Not when it counts.
Yeah.
Not when it matters.
That's a story for another time. But up next, have some more matches.
Oh, okay. Is that it? What's that called again? The hitbox with the keyboard movement.
Oh, I
is that a
believe.
mixbox?
I think it is called something similar to like a mixbox.
I think it's called a mixbox.
It's designed for players that play on keyboard. You know, because PC fighting games, there are some players out there, and why some of them would even play on PC because there's really not much other options. If you played on PC fighting games, you didn't have pads and everything. You played back in the day, you would kind of just play on keyboard because it was what was available to you, and it was the action of pressing the keys. And someone somewhere went, hang on a minute, that's a really cool method of moving because it does eliminate the hitbox and those buttons. And a keyboard control does kind of eliminate some of the execution errors that come with stick movement. And that's why the hitbox is so favored among some players. And then you have something like, which I do think it's called the mixbox, kind of just Frankenstein's monsters it together. So you've got the buttons of a stick and then the controls of a keyboard all the same.
Well, like the general opinion is hitbox is one of the strongest things you can play on in terms of like responsiveness and longevity as well. Like, you know, it's not the worst thing to play on in terms of like, you know, kind of general health, I suppose, in the long run. But it's hard, honestly. It's generally considered to be quite difficult to get involved in hitbox and learn your way around it. But that's the reward, right? If you're going to put the grind in and get used to playing on it, then, you know, from that point on, you know how to play hitbox. It's definitely not an advantage. Like, I would never go as far as to say that
it is hard to learn.
Yeah,
it's very, very hard to learn.
There's nothing you can do on, and that's important, especially in fighting games. Is there's nothing you can do on a normal hitbox that you can't do on a pad. And that is important, for sure. Now, I guess we a button check first, for sure. I mean, when you got 2 out of 3 territory, you can't really afford to be wasting rounds by button checking. But no, by not button checking, I meant the exact opposite.
I used it too many times, and someone's like, oh no! They'll lose a game and then instantly jump, and it's like, uh-oh.
That Katana intro. How'd they get that thrown in there? Look at where they are.
There's probably some kind of service.
Have you ever tried
elevator.
taking, like, a sofa up a flight, like a thin flight of stairs?
And they must have, like, elevated it.
How
or
about
something.
taking, like, a literal throne in, like, a manky basement?
This venue's a bit, like, scummy. I imagine it's got some big warehouse door or something. Let the tar cartons in. She's here. All right. Make room. Move that cardboard box out of the way.
Her peons are barefoot as well.
Ugh. I wouldn't want to be barefoot in this venue. Broken glass and
substance.
You know, substances. Chainsaw. I wouldn't be barefoot near a chainsaw under any circumstance.
There it is. Get out of the way, my peons will stand on it. Now, we were talking about characters pretty much that we're going to see again. This is another one of those kind of like extremes, one or the other. So Erron Black, still widely regarded to be a very strong character, especially in 52 card pickup. And Katana, I feel like the more the game has gone on, the worse she has seemed to be in terms of like competitive results anyway.
I'm not really used to seeing Katana not be both competitively, I don't use the word viable, but meta. You know, she's very much.
I mean, she's definitely viable.
She's a niche
tough
character. Yeah, she's a niche character, and she plays MK11 differently to how Katana has played MKX and MK9. She's nowhere near as defensive. She's very, very button heavy. You know, you kind of, when you would watch Samiz, I believe Samiz doesn't play Katana anymore.
I think he swapped, yeah.
But I know that, you know, she does let you jump. You know, one of the big things genuinely, and it does make a big deal sometimes, she's a character that can definitely jump in this game.
She arguably does have the best jumping game in the game.
Yeah, her jump 2 is phenomenally strong.
Jump 2 and float together, and a underrated jump kick. But the thing is, it's kind of like, that's not enough to really make her through. That being said, I truly don't think any character is unviable in this game. Again, it's only 2 out of 3 territory, you know.
A lot can happen with a couple of games.
I hear this ain't your first rodeo.
I've fought for thousands of your years.
Can't beat that with a stick. Round 1.
Now, the big thing about Katana, though, is she is quite a strong footsie character, right? She's good, just like kind of like sweep distance, advancing buttons, safe buttons. But the problem she has is if she dedicates to pretty much any of her best strings, and you happen to jump and you happen to not be right there, she is probably one of the most whip punishable characters in the game. Now, Terrifier Rama already lost almost half his life to just the Phantos, and a big whiff punish on the wake-up attack straight away.
That was just very calculated. That was, I know you're going to wake up 3, I'm going to stand just outside of its magic range, and I'm going to whiff punish you accordingly. And we were ready for the lift.
Ooh.
Cheeky low, and this looks like a business as usual round number 1 there for Super A Macrab.
Now, this is one of those stages which actually makes a huge difference. You see that little lion statue in the back? That's a command grab that you can tick into on block. It's a normal throw, obviously it's a high. You can combo into it on hit, but the big thing, it is a mad advantage on hit. Like double digits of advantage. So if you end a combo in that, you get pretty much a free restand. Now, are we going to see it used? Are we even going to need to? As Macrab gets another confirm.
It's
the breakaway is baited.
It's become more dangerous now. Terrifier Rama doesn't have any defense.
Oh, now this actually might be game by itself, because that's going to tick down to almost throw kill territory. Now you can see Macrab, he's fishing for that other crushing blow. Jump in. Honestly, probably not going to make a lick of difference here. Nah. You always have to look at the positioning. After this fatal blow connects, there's not really going to be much of a situation either. You know, you hit one fan and you're dead. You can't play the full screen. It's risky up close. Yeah, he's going to have to people just go ham. Yeah, just bet the farm. Sits there and waits. Don't need last breath just yet. A comeback is still possible, but he just needs to go all out offense. Oh, I can't. Oh, no, there it is. The punish. I was about to say that we said that the fatal blow was unlikely to make any sort of a difference, but that comeback was looking realistic. But again, a big part of it was Terrifier Rama fishing for the crushing blows. You know, it was recognizing that his only real way back into that game was to get those big 30% hits by themselves, one at a time, right? Spend the fatal blow, that's 30%. Get the drop kick crushing blow together, that's at least another 30%. And then bang, you're in one combo kill territory, right? You do see a lot of comebacks in MK11 because of that reason. Now, this is actually quite a mistake that Terrifier Rama is making right now. These fan tosses, they are high projectiles. There's no reason to crouch block them. So the amount of chip damage he's taking piece by piece doesn't look like much, but when it's every single fan toss, that's going to add up to like at least like 10, 15% of life that you should have that you don't because you're not crouching the high projectiles. Big hit confirm here and no breakaway this time. Tries to go for some extra damage, but a little bit too far away from the corner. Could have actually stand up into whip punish there, but I feel like Terrifier just wasn't quite ready for that. But you know, one of the golden rules I'd always say about Mortal Kombat, no matter what game it is chip damage adds up. If you can duck one projectile or make something whiff, then by all means do it, because you might miss that inch of chip damage later on in the match. And now just taking some of the plus frames, trading the potes, empty jump, and yeah, a bit of a scramble at the end, but doesn't really matter because now Super sitting on match point. Just needs one more round to move on here in the pool stages. You know, this is looking very calculated so far. Macrab is just in absolute control. You know, he's recognized that Terrifier, he's not dealing with these fans, I suppose what you could say the correct way, and he is completely just going to town with it. Tries to wake up with a forward dash. That was a big read. Didn't quite pay out, but a huge amount of damage coming through quickly for Terrifier Rama. Another throw, though. Still in the life lead. With punishes was something that's plus on hit, though. I like that. Just gives Kitana that situation she's always looking for. You know, she's not really a mix-up character. Oh,
you
see that range on that jump in, though. Dangerous, man. It's why her jump game is so scary. It is her best thing. I think it is her strongest asset, is the fact that she can jump. But here's that chip damage. Oh, hang on a minute. He's in the acid. And that's going to take around Terrifier Rama, managing to just, again, I feel like it's that Aeron effect, right? When you manage to get a really good sequence, you know, the snowball rolls quickly and fast, and before you know it, the whole life bar is gone. That was really well played from Terrifier, recognizing that he got the hit, and it was just going with the advantage as much as possible. And just like he's a round away from tying up the set too, but the punish. No. Yeah, it's very costly. Even though he didn't lose any damage, you have to look at that defensive bar, and that's probably the only breakaway he's going to have for the rest of this round. And with a full stick of all resources for Kitana. No, it's rough. He's back to the wall with no defensive bar on the right-hand side of the Shaolin Trap. That wasn't even a hit confirm. Miserable. That wasn't even a confirm muscle. That was just, I know it's going to hit, so here it comes. Damage to cash out. Uh-oh. Counter hit means he pressed buttons on wake up, finally gets the up 2. I imagine if the up 2 is what he tried to do previously. I actually like how he's been going for up 2s there, though, because it's... Oh, no, they confirm. Is that enough to kill? No, he dropped the combo. He drops it! Oh, he actually is still in this match. That combo drop has put him away back in. That's the kind of drop that lives to haunt a man. We'll hope he doesn't, but if this comeback happens because of Terrifier here, what a fatal blow. He hasn't got any bar, though. He's going to be careful. Goes straight for the drop kick. Had nothing to amplify. The whip. The block. Oh, the stagger. Oh, that jump. No anti-air. Whips. You see him being so careful. No challenge. Plus frames. Long range. And that could have been a crazy comeback, but a lot of composure there from Super to say, you know what? I'll be defensive, stay out of your range, stick out some buttons. You can even see that the side of relief. He knew. He knows that one almost slipped away. He knows it almost lost, but well played and well done. Well, that can happen. That can definitely happen, yeah. Especially like in pools in 2 out of 3, especially against a character like Aeron Black. And Terrifier Rama, he started to play that really clean as well, right? My favorite adaptation he made at the end there was he kept doing he was doing a lot of wake-up attacks in the set, right? But he was doing a lot of up 3s early on. And a lot of those up 3s turned into up 2s because obviously he was looking for, like, you know, he was getting hit by a lot of neutral jumps on his wake up, so the up 3 was just whiffing a lot of the time. And then the up 2 is that answer. If you know someone's going to jump to try and bait the up 3, go for the up 2. It's going to hit them out of the air. Usually it hits them before their jump in has had time to kind of register down to you. And it almost paid off. But unfortunately, almost isn't quite enough as he drops down to loser's bracket. But still, early days at EVO 2019, as we have someone sat down to play that that I didn't think was playing Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I spoke to him at Versus Fighting in Birmingham a couple of weeks ago, and if
The
you're
tastiest of Steves.
Look, if you watch fighting game tournaments, you know who Tasty Steve is, right? This guy is just... I challenge you to find another human on this planet that has as much charisma as Tasty Steve has. This guy just oozes confidence, and he's amazing on the mic. He makes every fighting game tournament he's commentating a better place to be, and it's great to see him with Mortal Kombat. I know he's been playing. He has been playing this. You know, this guy, when he's not traveling around for different tournaments, he likes to play and just chill out and learn new games, and Mortal Kombat 11 is just one of them. I'm really excited to see what he does. I know he plays Noob Saibot. He plays Noob Saibot, that's all I know.
That's good for you then.
I've got loads to talk about this character. Loads of it. But yeah. There's going to be coming up against Jurassic Rabbit, who I can't say I've seen play personally, but I feel like that's always going to be the case, right? When you're at EVO and when you are here for a tournament this big, right? Because I've said this a bunch, and I'm going to keep saying it all weekend because it's never going to stop being a big deal. The biggest Mortal Kombat tournament of all time. I'm not even talking 11. I'm talking NetherRealm history, all the MKs through the decades. This is the single biggest event of all time. So of course there's going to be loads of people we haven't seen. But this is the eternal button check. We've all seen those kind of like famous NetherRealm button checks as well, which are like sometimes like an entire game's worth of button check. Too long. You think it takes too long.
The elusive second and the forbidden third.
I feel like the second is understandable, but the forbidden third button check, that's not allowed. That's unnecessary.
That's you're banned forever. Don't bother coming back.
I would like to see it implemented in the
Wait a minute.
Season 2 rules.
He told me he plays Noob Saibot, but I can see... I just probably this was a button check.
Nah, he does. He just plays... In his mind, this is Noob Saibot before he became Noob Saibot.
This is different. Oh, blind picks, I believe, as well. I've just heard. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Man, you very rarely see blind pick in pool play, don't you?
To be fair, like it's rarely enforced because a lot of the time you kind of know who your opponent's going to be playing anyway and who you're going to play. But I mean, it's there, you know, like it definitely has a place. And again, like even more so, like when you are playing in a 2 out of 3, and again, I feel like the community is getting a lot more used to 2 out of 3. Now we're like a good handful of pro competition events in, right? Historically, and just again, you know, to kind of remind those of you watching that might be new viewers. I know, of course, this is EVO, so a lot of those of you watching at home might be here for maybe the first time and thinking, you know, oh, I just like Mortal Kombat, and this is, you know, a big deal. So
dude, are you serious?
No,
oh no, this is the mix-up. It's Sub-Zero hidden cursor onto Noob Saibot. Like, you know, the classic days where Noob Saibot was like a hidden character. If this was like arcade days, this would be
maybe that's what he's thinking.
This would be some bizarre way of playing as Noob Saibot. I'm pretty sure. You know, memory might have failed me, but I know in Mortal Kombat 4, playing as Noob Saibot was something very similar. You had to do some weird character select. What? Oh no, this is hidden cursor, so maybe not.
He doesn't know which variation to pick. Shock Jock. Can you hear me? Do Shock Jock.
Now, Jay, but anyway, tell other people at home why Shock Jock.
But no, not even that. Like I was saying, I had a point beforehand, and you started talking about MK4. 2 out of 3. We're talking about first games to win. First 2 games to win in a set, right? It's best of 3. 2 out of 3 games. Usually it's been 3 out of 5 historically, but for MK11 it's been 2 out of 3. So there is that one less game to win, which took a bit of adjusting, but it's definitely something the community is getting used to now. We're beginning to really see that. Now, Tasty Steve, going to Shock Jock, and to answer your other question. This is definitely the best Johnny Cage variation right now, right? The other one, the big thing is the other variation has the camera stun instead of the nut punch. And losing the nut punch is like huge. Because there are certain things that the camera doesn't combo into that the nut punch does, and they're very important buttons.
I'm really disappointed. He told me he played Noob Saibot. I was waiting so much to see that.
I was mixing you up.
Now I see this Johnny Cage, this cocky man. But just going into nut punch, it's not fully punished yet, to be honest. So could have been punished much harder. It's like Jurassic Rabbit just very, very comfortable playing this game, and the block on the overhead, but not answered. You can tell he tried to answer back.
Yeah, he went for the punish there, but a little bit too slow, unfortunately. Now we're seeing the stack game from Jurassic Rabbit. Oh, and the low gets tagged. Now that's the situation. I feel like this part of the screen truly is where Katana will like flourish, where you don't have the space to move backwards to get out of the way. If you do, you know, evade the incoming, like those fans, right, the advancing back twos, your best bet really is to jump. But jumping out of the corner is the worst time to do it because it's the most obvious time that a jump will happen. Now there we go, Tasty Steve managing to get the breakaway out of Rabbit, so that defensive bar is now gone.
Oh wow! Okay, that was just Matt. I just want to launch, and I want to launch now. Sometimes you have those buttons, and you just feel it. Wake up down 2.
Wonderfully scouted out now. Jurassic Rabbit back in the driver's seat. Double jump in for the optimization. Drops combo, actually giving Tasty Steve a little bit of room to breathe. And if you try and jump Katana on some of these situations, you can make certain things with, but this should be game one.
Another drop.
Drops the combo again. A little bit more work to do, but the nut punch unfortunately was just
hang on
the
a
wrong
minute.
call.
No, he got hit by a low poke with the fan, which is effectively a stab, as Johnny Cage did the splits to do the nut punch. And you know what angle the low pokes hit, right? Oh god, yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, sorry, Johnny. I'm so whoopsie daisy. Bum, bum, okay, game 2, we go into it. Tasty Steve trying to start things off the Shadow Kick. I like the choice, because right now, Jurassic Rabbit has pretty much been in the driver's seat the entire time. And the Shadow Kick is one of those moves that's kind of just like, it doesn't do a lot for him, but it's enough to kind of just get that big hit, send away, give some space, big crouch on the grab into a down 2. Oh, drops the combo though, that's really good for Steve. That really does send a message. When you hit those, like, the first time you properly get knocked down and it's a neutral duck, like, without question. You don't even hesitate, and then it's a crushing blow down 2. It's like, it's almost like something that you do almost every time. It can be quite a flowchart play, but on the receiving end, that's another crushing blow into damage 2. It can be quite a bit of a mind break. Whether the scout big whiff punish. Jurassic Rabbit playing really clean so far. Tasty Steve has the breakaway used. Good block on the string. Trying to take his turn, but get the blocks from Jurassic Rabbit. I love it. He decided he just block after the string, let Tasty Steve press a button, see the minus frames, and then win it again. This is like absolute like textbook Katana play right now. And that instant jump 1 was just knowledge. That was, I know we're both going to jump in, and he was ready for the jump 1. There's some characters have those 2 jump normals. Katana's jump 2 is for jumping in, her jump 1 is for air to air. And if you make that read, man, payout's very good. You can convert off it, neutral jump. I just feel like, unfortunately for Steve, Jurassic Rabbit has just been one step ahead every time. Every time it looks like Steve has something that resembles a chance to come back, it is just stolen away immediately. Now, right here, we talked before about, you know, blocking those fan tosses instead of letting them go up. This is where that chip damage becomes to be a big problem, because it's going to be a lot of damage quickly over time. Oh, okay. Tasty Steve going for the launch. He has the Fatal Blow, so it's definitely not unwinnable. Okay, this throw has now put Jurassic Rabbit in Fatal Blow kill territory. Tasty Steve just needs one hit. Big jump in, that could be it. No, he tries to whiff punish, but he presses the wrong button. He definitely went for the low. Definitely went for it. All right, it's not over yet. Opts to keep the Fatal Blow. He needs it. And he didn't have the defensive bar to absorb it either. That's going to be game over. 2-0 there for Jurassic Rabbit. But you know, I can see so much what Steve tried to do at the end of that second game, but that one execution error putting him just a little bit too short.
And there it is.
No,
He's in losers
he had a moment. I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but he actually had an opportunity to take that last round, right? Jurassic Rabbit. He went for the full back 2 string, which again, it's like I've been saying. The problem Katana has is she has a lot of advancing buttons. You know, they're safe, they're hit confirmable, but I mean, you have to commit, right? There are a lot of strings in the game. You have to just dial in a few hits and commit to it. Katana is almost the most susceptible to the downsides of that, for exactly the reason we almost saw there. He whiffed the full string right as Tasty Steve jumped over. If only he'd gone for the right button and confirmed the Fatal Blow, which he tried to do. He tried to.
It was in his brain,
yeah,
for sure.
He definitely attempted. He got a standing 3, which makes me think he was going for a back 3. Because it's definitely something that Johnny players would have done in that situation.
Either back 3 or the forward 3-4-4, right? I believe that's the
either
string.
or. Either would have done it.
Either
would
would have done the job
enough.
and equally would have left you in just as much of a bad situation. But
we don't have much time to
would
think
you
about
be hugely surprised if I said that's not the last we're going to see of Tasty Steve this weekend?
Or Evo? Come on now, he's been busy since this morning. But we have another match to go into. I believe King Hippo should be stepping up to the plate. King Hippo and Raylo, if I've got my stuff correct. Yeah, there it is. King Hippo's been, a long time community member.
He's been about for a fair old time in the NRS days. Even back when everyone used to use Testromite was kind of like the real main discussion source. I know, of course, shout out to TYM. I know you guys are still kicking about, but obviously, back when the NRS community first began. And TYM was kind of like the go-to talking point for pretty much the vast majority of the community. That's where I first saw King Hippo, yeah. Of course, now he's been doing podcasts with Slips. We used to see a lot of those earlier in the year. And again, Slips is actually around as well this weekend, I believe. I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
I haven't seen Slips since Evo last year.
I know. And he had that clean Leonardo. Literally, watching Slips play Leonardo last year is like it literally inspired me to try and learn the character. It was just one of those like, I suppose performances that just had me like, I had no idea this character could do all this. And I can't wait to see the amount of players that have
happened to them this weekend, right? They're at EVO, they're watching, and they're like, oh, wow, this character, I never knew they could do that. I'm going to play them now. And then they're going to go away, and all of a sudden now they're getting something else out of the game they never thought they would. And oh, I love that side of things, especially at this these bigger events. It's weird to me how there are so many avenues to talk about Mortal Kombat these days, because it wasn't that when we started. You know, back when it was forums or bust, you know, before Twitter, before Discord, before Reddit, there was Test Your Might and MK Online, and that was and of course now obviously Twitch chat. Twitch chat, a new avenue, a new way to experience. Shouts to those of you at home watching. If anyone in Twitch chat can give us a PN dab or a ketchup or mustard head, do it right now. Now is the time. The only time, arguably. I would appreciate it very much. Liu Kang mirror match. This could be a bit of an interesting one. Yeah, this isn't Combat League.
Taught me well. In my timeline, I trained him.
Oh!
That is a paradox.
Oh, it is. I've never heard that one before. Master Shijinko. Just personal opinion, right? Shijinko is... I recently played through Conquest again, Reception, and he is very foolish. My man Shujinko almost doomed the realms to complete destruction because he was too polite to say no to people. He would spend the whole story mode and then say, Shujinko, go and do this thing. And he'll say, okay, I will do what is right. And they'll say, nah, man, that person's lying. You should do this. And we go, okay, I will do that now. Oh, oops, Onaga's back. Now, okay, here we go. The Liu Kang mirror match, it really is. It's super aggressive, but again, it's very... So Liu Kang is already a mind game heavy character, but the mirror match kind of like whacks that up to 11, where it's like, you not only know what you're trying to do to kind of condition them to you know, press buttons at bad times around your counter hits, or, you know, you're trying to bait them with your forward 4 mix-ups. You're now against your own character, and you both know that's how you win the game. And they're not exactly going to be able to zone each other out either, right? Like that fly kick is one of the better advancing specials in the game. Good combo ender, good, you know, confirmable advancing special. But you realize here, you've both got the straight fireball, you've both got the low fireball, you both have flying kick. These kind of like weird neutral tools that you both have access to can sometimes be a bit of a game of chicken. In a mirror match, it's all about knowledge. Doesn't quite get the chase down on the wake-up roll, but doesn't matter. Staggers the forward 4-3. Goes in for the low because Raylo's smelling blood, tries so hard to interrupt, and that's what the low fireball does. It crushes your impatience. Next to King Hippo, he does have a decent life lead in this kind of matchup. What? Even this. Oh, there we go. There's a hit. Oh, and he has the crushing blow stocked, and that's more than enough damage. King Hippo, 1 game up already. Now, an interesting thing about the matchup, though, is I know there are a tiny amount of characters in the game that when they block his forward 4, you know, which is the double hitting kick, and it goes into pretty much the main string you see Liu Kang players go for pressure with, right? It's the forward 4-3. Sometimes you finish it for plus frames. It's a big gap. You know, sometimes you end it. You go into a parry, low fireball. There are some characters when you block forward 4-3 from max range, you can actually exactly that right there. I was wondering if Liu Kang is one of the characters that can do that to himself, because if you make that whiff, it's a full punish on his best string from that range. At this stage, King Hippo has hit 2 counter hit forward 4s and has opted not to pull the trigger on the up 3. He's just going for the bicycle kicks instead, because as long as he stocked those, he'll have the crushing blow for what will inevitably probably be a match point for him. So now, 1 more bicycle kick, it'll be ready, and then if he hits it meterless, that's going to be just short of, you know, about 35% damage, just like that. Relo has to watch out for those whiffs now, especially now there's 2 bars of offense left for King Hippo, and only 1 more bicycle kick to tick off that crushing blow requirement. The forward 3, full launch, the breakaway, and now you're dangerous. You just have to get the right read. There's nothing else. Okay. And now he gets clipped 1 more time. He's almost dead, just like that. That might be it. That might be enough. Oh no! Ouch. Only just. I mean, you're as good as dead when you're that weak with no resources. He's got all that left to go in that entire life lead. I mean, that was dominant right there. King Hippo moving on 2-0 at EVO 2019. Yeah, that was strong performance overall. I mean, it was always going to be a quick game, I feel, because that's just the nature of Liu Kang, right? He is like, when you have characters that, I feel like especially in this game, where aggressive characters can be, aggressive characters are, not only are they terrifying, but in addition to like big crushing blows, practical crushing blows, someone like Liu Kang that can like use one of his most useful special moves in the bicycle kick, amp it, and then hold on to a crushing blow, like, it's terrifying. And he's got crushing blows on both throws as well. So I'm checking up the players that we have up next. It's Bladed TNT, and then it's Pokchop. Pokchop! So we've talked about other games already. Now, if you watch Tekken and you've seen Pokchop, you know once more this guy is another one of the more charismatic players in that scene. He's a real riot to watch.
You know, you can tell whenever he plays in tournament that he's having a good time, and that's what really matters. He does play a bunch of other games. I know that even before MK11 came out, Pokchop was streaming a bunch of MKX. I think he was playing Balanced Kenshi at the time. And you know, he was grinding and getting ready for 11 because even though it's not his main game, he still wants to play and compete and enjoy the thrill of competition. So I'm expecting he was playing Aaron Black at Combo Breaker. Whether he still is playing that here remains to be seen. But I've actually just been informed that we're going to go for a break while we set up our next match anyway.
Yes, indeed. But of course, before we go, big thanks to Gojira for Stranded off their album Magma, one of our official theme songs for the Mortal Kombat Pro competition stop here at EVO 2019. Make sure to capture on tour this summer on the Knotfest Roadshow Tour featuring Slipknot, Volbeat and Behemoth.
In pools, 2 o'clock pools, the C section. We have F-Word, your champion, getting the matches you want to see on the stream.
Yeah, definitely had a word with a couple people just try and get some better games on, guys. But the good thing is we're getting further into C block now, and most of the matches that we'll be seeing moving forward will be qualifying matches. Apart from this one we're about to see now, which is a slightly earlier match, but
it's the second of the pool.
Second of the pool.
But
and the winner of this, I think, plays someone quite significant. Is it Haitani or someone like this?
It would be going into a Haitani match, yeah.
Exactly. So that's a pretty juicy reward for most people say Pinoy. But actually, backstory for you guys. Could we get the camera on the players on stage, please? Jackie-O, you were talking to me on the break.
Oh, my goodness.
About someone on the stage right now, and it wasn't Pinoy. Talk to me.
No, it was about missing person who is a Toronto player who does the Sailor Moon community.
So he's from your ends. He obviously is a big fan of yours, being from Canada like you.
No, actually, he told me I'm not allowed to go to my local, and I use the community.
What?
Don't act shocked.
He told you use the community?
Yes.
Did he explain what he means by that?
No, I asked him, but he said the fact that I don't know makes it worse.
Wow. I mean, were there at least some girls there to back you up? Because you know what I mean? Girls got to stick together. There's like probably some like girls like, yo, you need to stop bullying Jackie-O.
No, they yelled at me too.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you said that.
Listen, missing person, I don't know you too well. You know, I'm going to try and keep an impartial, you know, kind of position in here. Pinoy, bust this guy's head, man.
Let's go, Pinoy.
Let's go, Pinoy. Don't let him jump on you. Take that. Jackie-O like that. Pinoy obviously playing for a match against Haitani.
Pinoy, exciting. He's newly partnered with Victrix.
Yeah, I see that. I see him rocking the shirt.
Yeah. Oh, punish that. Big things.
Proper punishes. Oh, that was a nasty little cross-up.
Gets control of the real estate. Oh, shimmy. He's in his head.
Don't with throws, boy.
Why?
So Canada finally on the stream, but not a Canada we would have had to see. Missing person is actually interesting because having that name obviously made it a bit confusing for some of the pool runners. Obviously was his intention. So something taking is a bit of a troll as well, Jack. He might have been trolling you. Maybe he wasn't being serious.
Oh. Go for the shimmy. Okay, activation.
Nice.
Making it happen. Nice double dash.
Goes in.
Gets the throw. Setting a little something up.
I tried to walk underneath the head stomp, wasn't to be. Wow, that back throw worked out.
Already with the spacing, good one. So safe.
Beautiful little conversion off that counter hit jab and the jump back light punch. One of his best anti-airs in his tool set. Keeps Cammy in her position for Panola to take the first game.
And very intense.
Too comfortable, I guess.
Those are banned
right?
in Austin now.
Oh yeah, the plastic save the oceans here. Yeah, Chris, you have 1-0 against Bacon
I thought you
Bits.
meant like a farm straw, like kind of
No,
not an
no,
actual
he
plastic
just said a
straw.
plastic
Hey, you can't
straw.
do that in Nevada.
Chrissy still running, you know, it's a strong team, but still kind of unique, huh? Tien, I haven't seen this character. He kind of fell off a little bit this season, but Chris, she believes.
So Teen Gohan's supposed to be really good now. That's
Yeah.
what I've heard. Like, he's got crazy fuzzies. He's got good damage. They made everything bad about him good.
The thing was, before that, I feel like that was America's opinion that he was bad in the last season. So in Japan, we had a lot of players that were doing work, especially
Right.
Fighting Tuesday. But yeah, he did get buffed this season. His weakness, of course, look, he's so small, the legs. He's got no range.
One of those
but,
characters, yeah.
You know, that's why you have assist in this game. You know, cover your approach with the assist, get it on top of them, and tons of damage.
Yeah, him and Tien are both notable for having really, really high damage supers. So the combination of both is crazy.
Yeah, I always see those random touch of death combos with Tien. But go ahead.
I was
Tien.
going to ask in this space, right? And knowing Chris G being a person who I've known to be just like, you know, prevalent in a lot of fighting games, would you say he's a threat in fighters?
He was a top player at the beginning. I think
Yeah.
it's been a while since he's been, you know, on that level.
Yeah, I feel like Chris G is one of those players, like you mentioned, he plays all sorts of different games. He's one of those
Yeah.
players that I wouldn't put down at, like, oh, he's going to win in top 8, but if he's in top 8, I would not be surprised. If he
Okay.
upsets somebody in a tournament, because he's a, you know, there's a skill not just being good at the game, but being good at tournaments. He's played so many different games and so many different tournaments, so many different, like, stages. He's definitely more comfortable than his opponent, I would say.
Yeah, he's definitely an
Yeah.
Evo champion, too. You can't take anything
Mhm.
away from that. I mean, he's played a multitude of games and so well at such a high level. I would consider him like a very, very top-tier gatekeeper now in certain games. But in the meantime, you know, he has games he's practicing like Sam Show as
Yeah.
well. He's picking up a lot of momentum on the streets, man.
I
for
feel
Sam
like
Show.
that might be, like, I know Justin, you know, plays a lot of games as well, but his main focus at the moment is Sam Show. Chris G, probably Sam Show would be
I
his
wanna
main
say Sam
focus
Show
right
as
now?
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just beat
It's
Justin
fresh.
the other week, so those are two of the top Americans at this point.
I talked to Justin yesterday, and he said he did. Justin, like, yeah, I lost to him, but, you know, I didn't want to show up my tech. He's like, he's like,
Okay, that sounds like Justin.
he's a character. He's like, I got a character ready. I didn't want to show that this character destroys Halimari. He's like, you'll see it at EVO, don't worry. He
That's
was
what I
real
wanna hear.
comfortable.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Justin.
And you're noticing in sparking. The thing about sparking is it lets you cancel super dashes right into moves, and
Yeah.
the pressure is just so scary. And Chris is taking every bit of advantage of that.
I had a question about Yamcha. I didn't know you could follow through after the dive kick on block with Yamcha.
Yeah.
He went for a dive kick and then 2 jabs or 2 A's.
That was, so I think that was because he had the spark. Normally you can do dive
that
kick
what it
and
was?
cancel.
Okay.
You can cancel into the,
right.
you know, his scratches after that.
That makes sense,
But
yeah.
Spark opens up new things. We can do jump cancel possibilities, like Nanka said. But yeah, Bacon Bit's in trouble here. Yeah, Wolfang from downtown. That's going to be 2-0. Chris G.
Wolfang Fitz.
This is another character, like,
There's the straw, see?
everyone thought
Bendy
Yamcha sucked when the game came out. They were like, this is the worst character in the game, no
You
doubt.
have-
But then
like
it turns
Yamcha-
out
yeah.
he was always good.
I mean, you have to. It was half of it was like, you know, the meme. It's Yamcha, right? He can't be good, right? He's supposed to be weak. He dies in the series all the time. But yeah, he's
His
definitely.
assist was so damn good. It's still pretty damn good, actually. One of the things you kind of got to note is if Kazunoko is playing a character, he's bound to be, or there's got to be some sort of potential in that character.
Now, I was going to ask you guys, you know, going into this Tekken match of Panther versus Speed Kicks, I am a big Speed Kicks fan, repping Panda Global. One of the reasons why I actually started following him a lot is just the fact that he played a character that had a similar style to a character that I really love, that I want to come back, and that's Beck. You know, Beck is gone, but he had a really sick Hwoarang. And Hwoarang. Okay.
No one knows how to say it properly. Hwoarang.
No one says it right, dude. I was just like, this is going to be the hardest part. I'm
nickname
going to
is
expose
Bob.
myself. But yeah, I'm surprised he's playing Steve.
See, very, very, very strong character now.
I've heard him complain multiple times about Hwoarang in this game, so I'm
Okay.
assuming this is just him trying to make sure that he feels good about his character.
Got
I think
it.
that's the right thing to do. If you think your character sucks, don't play him.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if Hwoarang sucks. I just think he has
I don't know
so
if he
many
sucks either,
moves
yeah.
that you have to like consider every single option, and it's kind of hard to do that in such a split second.
Yeah, it's not just that Hwoarang is difficult, but he is he will, again, going back to the point Dunk said, he will light you up if you don't know how to play Hwoarang. So there's a lot of Hwoarang players that you're in the mid-level, because you can beat everyone else that's not really good, but when you get to the highest level, the top level, you fight the players that know how to deal with his strings, and, you know, he's a legacy character, a lot harder to do work. Steve doesn't rely on mix-ups, right? He just godlike button.
He
The
just
back
goes in,
one,
yeah.
like I dare you to press a button here.
That is an interesting thing about Tekken, right? Because in Street Fighter, if you're like, you know how to play versus ST Ryu, that doesn't
Yeah.
mean you know anything about how to fight SF4 Ryu. Whereas in Tekken, they're like, oh yeah, I've been fighting Jin for 20 years, and it really does carry over.
Legacy game. This is a legacy game. It's really hard. So, you know, I just picked up the game competitively like 2 or 3 years back. I can still consider myself absolute scrub, right? I play a lot.
I've seen your Paul.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I lit some people up. I lit
Yeah,
some
I've
people up
seen it.
before, but
I'll
you
say
know,
you're pretty all right.
against someone against speed kicks, no, I wouldn't
Oh,
be
hell
able to
no.
take a game off him. Yeah.
No way.
It's been playing forever.
Meanwhile, in Blaze Blue, like we both played that. One version later, I have no idea how to play. Yeah.
Yeah, it just changes like all the time there.
Yeah, now we got speed kicks deep in thought, trying to figure out what to do. And in this situation, I'm wondering, is he contemplating going back to Huarong or?
No, I haven't seen a lot of Lei Wulong. Is he considered strong, or do people know much about him? Because he came out as a DLC character.
Yeah, he's one of those characters where everyone is like, you know, I'm not going to play until my character comes in the game, or until my character. They put him in the game, and it's like no one back
But he's it's so intimidating because he
Yeah.
also is kind of similar to Huarong in the sense that he has multiple
Yeah.
stances,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
leads to a plethora of moves you have to memorize, or at least find which ones are the most optimal.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but a legacy player, of course, is used to that stuff. He doesn't really have any like crazy new tricks, right? So it's pretty similar to what he used to be. He is not that strong. I would definitely Steve is considered top tier, so he should be taking care of this right now. Yeah, here he is
Going straight
back.
to Huarong, yeah.
Going back to Huarong.
Why does he have an eye patch now? I actually never. I follow the lore to a certain extent. I don't know how he lost his eye.
I don't know either.
I want to say it's a motorcycling accident because he's quite the motorcycle enthusiast, according to the lore.
Cosplay or something, I got no idea. I'm more worried about the jacket. I never understand how that damn jacket stays on, man.
It's
Look
one
at
of those
that.
things. It's got like a chain in the front.
Even so, it's like perfect. It doesn't go anywhere.
What did I tell you guys, man? We got Huarong right here on the stage. The jacket magically staying
All
on.
right, you can't whiff moves versus that.
Yep.
No.
Production said he lost it while tracking down Jin post Tekken 6. God bless you guys.
deep
I
lore.
love the lore,
The
dude.
deep
The Tekken
lore.
lore. I
Jin
spit on
never
you, I'm
stops
sorry.
doing
I'm
something
sorry.
weird. Oh, you're good. You're good.
Going for
Yeah,
this
Jin,
break here. Get
Jin's
off
an
a
emotional
break.
guy. You know, the Devil Gene's really kicking in for him.
He's evil now. He's like the villain.
Mhm.
Jin is the villain now.
It was never like that.
Yeah, the Peacekeeper.
Yeah,
Big
I
kick right in the belly there. Another
Oh.
one.
I love that with
Yeah.
Punisher, dude. It feels so good. And to zoom in on the camera.
I'm sorry, he just looks more comfortable with this character. I can
Yeah,
see
right?
It right away.
That's what I'm
Always, yeah. Comfort is a huge thing in any fighting game, right? You want to try and change. You want to try and pick the top tier of the week. And, like, you know, you're pretty good, but when you're in a tournament, when the nerves are up there, you want to go back to what you know best.
He's just moving faster with
Yeah,
him.
of course. You could see the familiarity. And I'll say one thing, too, right? It's early, it's pools. And if you feel like you're probably better than your opponent, maybe you'll burn one game against them. But I think that's incredibly risky in a 2 out of 3 format.
I would never, you never want to give up
If
a
it's-
pool,
if
yeah,
it's
or
3 out of
one a
5,
game, yeah.
All right, one game, you know.
So this pool's actually, Speedkick's pool, if it's still, you know, his first pool, he has a, compared to some other people, his pool's kind of hard. He's got Brown Man from Australia, who's one of the best players in there, and Speedkicks, but neither of them were listed, kind of funny. They had a notable player list. Neither Speedkicks or Brown Man were listed on the notable player. It was Obama. They put Obama on there. I was like,
wait, Majin
Obama. I was angry. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah.
No, that's amazing.
The
You know who else made
disrespect.
that list? Your boy Tasty Steve.
Yeah, I
You're
saw
watching his
that.
comment- You're watching him
Yeah,
play, and you're doing his commentary. Yeah, I saw it.
He was on that. I was like, who made this list?
That
Come on,
reminds me of a
guys.
really funny Dustloop wiki story where I got listed as a notable Aegis player. I was
There
the
we go.
10th best Aegis in Austin, Texas.
You're like, there he
But
is.
I was on stream once, and someone writing the wiki article was like, there you go.
Top player incoming. Big signing up. They're talking, I don't know. Maybe asking, like, can I change stage? Am I now familiar with the rules here?
I know. I heard Speedkicks is a young genius student.
Yeah, graduated.
Yeah, he's like a
from
valedictorian
university, like
somewhere.
really early.
Crazy story, man.
I mean, have you seen the amount of moves and frame data in Tekken and be able to memorize all that
Right?
stuff,
It's hard,
man?
man. I tried playing, and it's like you'll finally figure out a matchup. 2 days later, you forget everything.
Yep.
So hard.
And there's so many characters, right?
Yeah.
You learn this matchup, and then you're not going to fight that character again for like 4 months. You're like, oh, no.
It's definitely a game where you lose to a guy, and all you can feel is like, I'm gonna beat you so bad when I learn how to block that one sweep. You
It's
know?
very,
Where
you have
good.
that small helpless
You're like
feeling.
angry at the other guy. You're like, "Ugh."
if I knew what you were doing, I would have whooped
The
you.
pros don't do that string.
That's the worst. When they hit you with stuff
That's the
where you
biggest
actually
problem,
can't
yeah.
learn from. That's actually
Yeah.
the worst feeling.
You're not allowed to watch pros and copy them because you're not at that level. You have
No.
to play years to get to that level. But here, Panther going to Jin. So Jin,
I
very
love regular
interesting.
Jin, man.
Yeah. Regular Jin, right? Everyone, Devil
He's
Jin,
so
Devil
good.
Jin, Devil Jin. But now people are like, wait a second, regular Jin. A lot of people have him as the best overall.
He's got the boot.
Yeah,
I know that.
The boot step kick, that forward 4. Okay, Rage Drive, here's the mix. Yeah, keeps it safe after that. Oh, no.
Was that Rage Drive plus?
Oh,
no.
Yeah, the Rage Drive is plus. It doesn't combo after that, but he gets a mix up after that, right? 50-50.
Was that duckable? Did he duck it?
Yeah, it's a high. It's one of the fastest Rage Arts in the game, but it's a high. Nice with punish here.
I guess that's
Skyrocket.
fair.
Small stage, Mishima Dojo.
That was a pretty Hail Mary, though. Like, you don't see people really got to be feeling themselves to let that Rage Art go away. I mean, another one, yeah, power crush through that.
I remember you guys were talking about, just like being able to mash through his strings, but it looks like Speed Kicks kind of has Panther blocking a lot and getting opened up.
Oh, you definitely can't mash. It has to be a calculated, like, press the button right there, because he wants you to mash at the wrong time. You see another one.
Damn.
Just for
big launcher.
He get that wall damage too. Oh, Misty Ender still got some good stuff off that, and now he's dancing.
It's like a back
just dance. Look at that.
The hunting hawk.
Now I remember JSRF, right? Just Frame Sky.
Yep.
SR.
Yeah, that's it.
SR. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to the other Bandai Namco 3D game.
You got Geralt. Linkor is definitely one of the best Soul Calibur players in the world. Now, this is a game where other countries are really strong.
Yeah, France is disgusting.
The Europeans are so good at this game.
Yeah, for sure.
So I thought Link was the best Siegfried. Did he switch? Is he running Geralt now?
I'm not positive. I think I've seen him play both, though.
Okay. Well, then that's good for him, right? You love fighting, your main, right? It's like, I'd much rather fight a character I'm familiar with.
How is Siegfried in this version of the game?
Early on he's considered pretty bad, and that's why it was good that Link was winning, right? Because everyone's like, Nightmare's way better, but he believed even when he was weak, and I guess he got buffed now.
Huh.
Yeah, it seems like tiers are not, at least what I watch in Japan at the wheelies, tiers are not, I've never seen more than one character in the top 8, right? Everyone has their own playstyle, their own character. They're all running in there.
Geralt is usually considered very good, though, from what I've seen.
He's one of the new characters.
That's what I've heard a lot during the beginning stages of Soul Calibur 6, mostly because of Sonic Fox using Geralt. Geralt, part of the Witcher.
The hard G, I think. Geralt.
Yeah,
Geralt. Is what I call him Geralt too, man.
And one thing we just saw, like that really helps Geralt, is just that counter that he has, right? You saw how the opponent was. He was literally frozen for like a year, and just got him the free ring out.
Welcome to EVO 2020.
Right?
We're still going through Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah, so he, since he's a new character, he does kind of break the rules. So the meter in this game, you can only use it for your either power up, your soul charge, or your super move, your critical edge. But not Geralt, he can actually power up his moves. He's got EX versions of moves there for like half a bar. So that counter, right? That's one of those.
Tell me about those little icons on the bottom left for Geralt.
Oh, the bottom left. So you see the crown in the 9. That means the player 1 had 9 wins.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't see it. Like back here, I was like, "What the hell is that?" Oh, okay.
Nah, it's just a win
that means he's
right
really
there,
good, or at least that's a lucky position in Soul Calibur.
Definitely. I always do that when they show, when it shows like P1, P2 side, and P2 has on the 4. I'll be like, I want to be on P2 side. I do
that all the time.
I believe
too.
in the win.
All right, that's cool because I've never even seen it. All right, I gotta be honest.
Let me get on there.
I was looking at the farm monitor. I was like, what the hell is that?
I can't see this. What is that thing over there?
But yeah, guys, right here though, we got some smash action.
Oh yeah.
Hikaru versus Eco Man, and now Eco Man is using a character that a lot of people in the beginning said is the best character in the game. There's still some people that may feel that. It's just here's the thing: there aren't that many great Inkling representatives aside from like Cosmos. Cosmos being the most notable one. Other than that, though, looking at Pokemon Trainer, this is a character who, in the beginning, Leffen was pretty strong with the character, but kept saying a lot of negative things about the character.
Wow, Leffen saying something negative? No way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Right? And then all of a sudden, we started seeing people, they decided to actually invest time in the character and show that the character is viable. I mean, namely Tweak, right? That was a tournament that
and that's really what Maestro's going to have to work against in this matchup.
And when it comes to Darley, she is what I like to call like a beautiful contradiction with this. Because again, a lot of her mix-ups, they like connect off things you wouldn't necessarily expect.
Whoa, yeah.
Jesus.
It's that fast, man. Yeah, command grab. Yeah.
And the drop.
Yeah, this is really aware of all options that Genjiro has. You saw him utilizing the overhead stand kick and the cross-up Rekkas. And those are things that you really do have to implement when you're able to close the distance, especially against a character like Darlie, because you can really get in her face, and that's part of the problem in this matchup. Is what is deterring Genjiro from doing stuff like that, like doing raw ADPs.
Yeah, it's a bad opportunity there. Again, one of the better dash normals in the game for me is Darlie's no drop kick.
Nice punish off the P2, point blank. Genjiro now enraged. Nice block of the overhead. No punish.
Good jumping. Careful now. Gotta hold that. Again, like, here's the weird thing. Like, he actually could have, he could have clutched that one out if he gone for the other grab. So it may have been like, an input error on him because like, no, Darlie, she has 2 command grabs. One where she goes for the wrench, and the other one she gets you right there and goes for the drill.
Yeah.
And the drill, obviously, again, like I said, it's just pure command grab. It's got to be close range. You can combo into the wrench though, and that's like one of the big things that like people have to be fully aware of.
Look at that, man. You really see that Dizzy's really aware of the risk reward here. He's just going for those DPs and not really worrying about it too much. And what Maestro has to do is really capitalize on the situation afterwards when he does manage to get those punishes. Possible rage? No. Okay, he's going to eat this one.
Again, very nice throw.
Still picked it up. I don't think that was a bad option. He really did need to pick that sword back up.
There's no way Dizzy was going to allow him to go for the break.
Yeah, him having that sword is going to allow him to do that rage explosion he just had.
Oh, Dizzy. Oh, my brother. Why? Maestro. Oh, Juju. That was a heartbreaker right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Oh, man. And now I said he's,
medium slash.
And now he's got to fight with no resource now.
Yeah, this is tough, man.
So this is definitely a bad
nice block, but still goes into that, cancels it. There's always something going on with the Genjiro player or Genjiro character. You can always do something, and that's part of the problem of why he becomes so oppressive, because you think too much. And Genjiro doesn't really have to think much at all.
Huh?
Just goes into the way that he plays. He's able to control a lot of this match. Oh, that's a punish, baby.
There's going to be some serious damage, but again, is going to be enough to turn the tides.
I mean, that's potential.
Right there,
potential to take this match right here. Whoa, not able to punish that. A little too far.
And again, another missed command grab. Huge opportunity. Was actually able to get the Super Secret move out in a tournament match. So again, big props to that one.
Yeah.
But like I said, again, Juju just like there. Missed opportunities, misjudgment of a couple of things.
Yeah.
But like I said, I give him credit. Put my girl on screen right now, so I'm happy with that. But again, definitely shout outs to Dizzy right there. Just pure, like, you wouldn't guess it by the way that he was playing. But again, like you see Dizzy, pure, calm, collective, straightforward focus, professional even, if you could say. You get
nice Dragon Rush tech.
Super dashing in, trying to find his way to get one of these hits here. Oh, and he's going to super dash through the Ki Blast.
Number 1 into level 1 with Broly, putting a lot of damage on him. Vegeta's still alive.
Not quite enough to kill, though.
Yep. And Broly has some good zoning. You can't super dash to the quarter circle forward S, and he shows him that.
Game 1 going to Jerry.
Yeah, Broly, definitely one of the better zoners in this game. Has a very pesky Ki Blast, and then you can see right there has an answer to super dashes. Also an anti-zoning tool with his barrier that you might see later. Nice block on the come down mix-up. Challenge immediately after the Ki Blast. Well done.
Yeah, he's not taking any prisoners right now. Jerry's not. Oh, the diagonal beam kind of knocks him out of the way there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this setup was intended to be. Either way, snap him out, force him to play with just the Broly.
I think he saw that he got, I think a lot of damage came from Broly. That 2H is going to get him. Dragging down, vanish, snap out, bringing in base Vegeta back. Got to hold that with the GT Goku assist, and he's going to get hit.
Yeah, great conversion right there, going to the 2M, but he drops after the cooler. Yeah, reflect, no punish though, that's unfortunate. No reflect on the side of Jerry. Big bodies on big bodies, the command throw. He got the ground bounce as well because of the H version, not expecting it. Jump H gets him anyway. Barrier up, no projectiles, but Sparking will put it into that.
And try to get off the 2H there. It's so scary when Broly does a 2H. It's just such a big boy, such a beefy boy. And there we go.
All the weight on one arm. It's impressive every time.
The throw down into the vanish, snap out, bringing base Vegeta back in again, throwing him. Snap out. We're snap meta boys here.
Oh, wow. He made him block the 2H into the command grab. Again, when Broly rears back like that, if the palm is open, he's command grabbing. If the palm is closed, that is the 5H.
Tries to super dash in there. Cooler assist done. Still got that GT Goku assist on deck, though.
Oh, Lariat Express again. All the armor in the world. Woo. That's the official name of the move, by the way. That's not me being clever. That's Lariat Express.
So good. Oh, gonna super dash through that. He found his opening. He drops the combo. Brawly's still out here. Some blue health left.
All right, Dark has a successful, but again.
Got him again with the express.
Armor all day, every day. Whoa, got him lost in the lights. I wouldn't have blocked anything either. Don't feel bad about that skill. Don't feel bad. As Jerry's going to take it 2-0, ending it with the cooler. Well done. He's going to be moving along in winner's bracket.
Smashing the man right into the ground.
No fancy
this
legs
is gonna
loops.
kill,
Yeah. 2-0. Breakdown squish, make it look easy. And both players just laughing.
He's having a great time. See, BioBilly is like he's one of those really nice, wholesome individuals, man. Just enjoys fighting games in general.
I think the Uni community itself, you know, because there's always like a small outside community. Everyone just has fun, right? Just having fun.
It's such a fun game. Man.
For a long time, all you played was net play versus your friends. Yeah, I mean,
in the Discord, right, talking to each other.
So that is Brian F playing
Yeah.
G and not playing Balrog. We talked about this morning, and he just thinks this is the pick for him. And he says he wants to stick through at this tournament.
That's hard. It's really hard to do when you say you want to stick to a character for a tournament, then you lose that one game.
Yeah, right.
Like we saw it with Speed Kicks, right? He went back. You're like, am I going to commit or do I go back? But in pools, it looked like, yeah, sticking with G.
I was going to ask, where's G looking like right now in this season?
Very good.
Very
very
Still,
good.
Okay.
Every single season of SF5, there's been a character where you're like, oh, if that character hits me, I'm just going to lose. And that's G this version.
Wow.
I feel like once he has meter, certain presidentiality level, and V-Trigger, he changes from wherever he's at in the tier list to immediate top 5.
Wow.
Because he's able to seal rounds so well, lead to a gang of damage, as well as get corner carry. He literally can go from the left side to the right side off of one combo, and you'd have to guess, or else he's going to kill you. He could kill you in 2 sequences.
Yeah, the archetype is very similar to Balrog, kind of like who Brian F played before, right? Just wait to get the V-trigger, get the power up, and then boom, one sequence, one guess, and then I won. I robbed you.
G's a special character to me because there's a lot of characters where they do 50-50s, right? Where one side's going to hit you, the other side's going to hit you, you have to guess. G does these mix-ups where you don't even know the mix-up's happening yet. He cancels into a command grab in a situation no one else could, and bam, you just get hit before you knew a mix-up was coming. So they're basically 100 zeros, really.
100-0 mix-ups.
He's got it, man, I swear.
Good. Command grab is powered up, so he does get the combo
I
after
love that ender, too, off the roundhouse.
Okay.
Damn!
That had to be a mistake.
Wake up,
No, I'm gonna say
jab
that
into
was
super.
confirmed.
Yeah.
He's been practicing that on stream in the
Overhead
dumpster.
block.
I need to talk to
There
this
we go.
guy after this match and see what he's doing.
Light him up. Yeah, shouts to 801 Strider. He won yesterday. He won the Toshinsai Invitational along with Knuckle Dew and Mena. They're going to Japan next year.
Nice.
G doing work.
Okay, so the way they're positioned on the screen, I would assume Brian F's on the player 1 side. Is he actually playing G?
Yes, he's playing G.
Yeah, he's G. He's got to be, yeah.
Okay. Because that's also like the costume he uses for Balrog as well. If he doesn't have the DLC, like the pimp suit. Because he always wears the pimp suit on
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. Maybe that's another, mind game is picking your opponent's color, picking their outfit. Power plays out here.
No, if you talk to Brian F privately, he'll tell you Balrog is like the worst character that he's ever seen, and so you know he's trying to make that switch. He's being salty and he's joking, obviously, but
Is he? Is he though?
you know, as much as we can.
That's fair,
So cool thing about G is normally, America, they look to Japan, tier list, like, oh, Japan says this, Japan says this. Japan had G very low. They ranked him very low. He's a gimmick. He's not real. Fudo himself was like, I'm not scared about this character at all. This is how you beat him. And it was 801 Strider himself. Put G on the map now. Japan had to, wait a second, hold on.
Yeah, because
Brian F moving over
Nemo
now.
tried this character and hopped off pretty quick. He was like, no, this doesn't work.
No way. It's all gimmicks here. But yeah, definitely solid play here. America's the one putting G on the map. It
Yeah, he
makes
gets
sense.
smug
He's an
as well,
American-looking character, right? The
Oh,
president.
100%.
The
President of the world, but
of the world.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that sounds American to me, right?
you listen to the way he speaks, he's definitely American.
God, that
President of
buffer
the
is
world.
so good right there.
Powered up. It's knocked down, so loses the level. Yeah, that's big right there.
If you're new to fighting games and you're watching Street Fighter, a big thing to watch out for is people whiffing jabs. Oftentimes they're doing what we call buffering into a move. And
Yep.
G's one of the best at that. Every single time you walk into the range of that jab, he'll automatically cancel into a special.
Dead. There's a command grab, yeah.
You're dead. Ugh.
She's a unique character too. You know, Street Fighter V, not really a game with too many extra meters, not like an anime style game, but he does the presidential meter. Oh, what is that? Brian F giving a little wink to the crowd. Be that presidential meter, right? He powers up and then got to play around that system he has.
I like that alias, Mr. Worldwide right here, going up against Hook Gang God.
Hook Gang God right here.
Hook Gang, a man who's stuck with the same team minus, 1 or 2 characters for pretty much the whole life of this game and always been a top player.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good team. Another big thing is he's stuck with the game. So, Dragon Ball had a little bit of a lull after the World Tour last year where the players are kind of in limbo waiting to hear news for the next tour. So a lot of players are playing other games while they're waiting. Hook did not. He's been grinding the whole time.
Ooh. And it wasn't until, CEO till they made that announcement?
Yeah, they're really late in the announcement here. But Hook was grinding the whole time, so...
And he's still the only one pioneering Piccolo from what I've seen. Like, he's the only person consistently playing this character.
Piccolo is good. He's still good.
He's mad good.
Goichi was playing him for a while, but then he dropped him for the Kid Goku.
Oh, why not? Yeah. You got that Kid Goku shell.
Ugh.
Yeah, Piccolo, very, very powerful character on offense, but his biggest weakness, like we mentioned earlier about GT being small, is Piccolo is tall. So you're opened up to the fuzzies, just more mix-ups. He's a lot harder to play on defense.
Oh,
Gogeta.
That was so dirty. Teched up in the air, and that super dash was pretty much a 50-50 without even having to know where he was going himself.
Take him out of there.
Those are the scariest mix-ups when you don't know what side you're on.
Too ambiguous.
But you can't say that. You have to be like, oh, I definitely knew. Wow.
You never let your opponent
Yeah, wow, you got hit by that? Come on, man.
I practiced that a million times in training.
I knew exactly what's going on there. But Mr. Worldwide down to just Spark almost over here. Solo Vegeta, not that great of a character.
I heard Bardock is still pretty much a good character right here, of course. You're always going to see him.
He's got that
move right there.
Yeah,
the lariat.
As long as that moves in the game, he's going to be advance forward that fast. Because running is a little bit of startup before it gets there, and moves are pretty stubby. So he's the only character that can just put out a giant hitbox way far in front of him.
Yeah, it's funny. They use it as like an air dash sometimes too, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to use my move as an air dash, get out of the corner here.
Exactly.
Hook looking comfortable. I wish you could see the stream chat though.
And sometimes they'll use it after reflect too, right? After they get
reflect, push him away and then punch him in the mouth from full screen.
All assist and immediately go for that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, obviously just very basic, very well-rounded characters, all the tools. And if you're interested in Dragon Ball, you want to pick a character, he's easy.
I remember last
easy as hell.
Last year's Evo, though, we kept seeing a lot of level 3s. Of course, I heard that got
nerfed hard, Basically, he used to get a perfect mix-up off of it, now he doesn't. One thing I like about this game is, like, half the characters on the screen have been nerfed several times extremely hard, and they're all still good. Like, they usually...
I like that, and then I don't like that, too.
I was about to say, like,
it's like,
I like that they left them viable, but some of them used to be insane.
Yeah. And the thing is, they got nerfed. Viable is under. They're still top tier. Like Kid Buu has been nerfed, I think 5 times. He's still the best character in the game.
Solid,
it's like Jesus.
At least you get to see a little bit more diversity with the characters, right? I mean, that's always in itself a treat.
Definitely more than you used to.
Yep. But again, this is still pools.
Oh.
Once we get into that top 8, I think we might see maybe 4 or 5 characters max. We'll see.
I would see GT Goku every single time.
That's a lot of GT, a lot of Kid Buu.
The underplayed aspect of Bardock is how good his assist is.
Yeah,
because it's so fast that you can basically react to what they're doing, do a super dash. Oh, they blocked it. Now I do the assist.
Yeah, good unseeable mix up there from Hook. Using the Hell Zone, you can't see in the explosion. He's going to go high or low.
They nerfed that, the Hell Zone grenade, to make it easier, or at least somewhat
in the original version, so the explosion happened in the front of the screen. You literally couldn't see anything.
Yes.
Now they put the explosion in the back, so you can see it, but it's still like there's so much going on. Yeah, you're like, oh, just give up.
Yeah, especially in that corner, I couldn't tell where he was going. It could have been like a triple overhead. Who knows?
I was going to say, I noticed that we have like players right now from America playing, but as far as Japan is concerned, when it comes to fighters, would you say they're on top, or?
I think right now
worldwide.
The tier list is so they say like West Japan is the best, which is let's go from the bottom. So it's America's top player are equal to Japan's top players on the East Coast, and then above that is the West Coast, and above that is Goichi. So right now, hands down, Goichi is the strongest player in the world right now. All the players are like, that is the focus for them, is like we have to worry about how to beat him. They're changing their teams to fight him specifically.
Wow.
It's one of the craziest dominance ways ever where just no one can hit him. Like straight up, he'll block for 20 block strings straight. He just doesn't care.
Mix-ups in this game are 50-50s too. Like he's just guessing correct. Something
He's a genius.
I don't know. It's like he must have some secret like hitbox button that lets him block highs and lows.
It's the eye drops.
Oh, is he playing
The
hitbox
eye drops,
now
man.
too?
No. Have you
Not
ever
quite.
used those eye drops?
I have. I used them
They have
once.
menthol
I
and
go
then they
from
burn you.
I go from like
But then
seeing
they see
HD,
everything.
Because
Yeah.
I had LASIK surgery. I'm seeing in HD, but when
Okay.
I had the eye drops, I'm seeing in 4K.
I can
it's
see
crazy,
everything,
dude.
man.
Wow.
If I had those eye drops earlier, I would have been able to see that dang icon in Soul Calibur 6 and not ask a stupid question.
I felt like I was reborn after I used them. It was crazy.
Whose eyes are these?
It burns. It burns.
But it feels so good.
Wait, are those Japan only, or could you get them stateside?
Probably import them here, but yeah, they're the menthol.
Just ask them. Just ask one of the guys.
They
They're
feel like
very
you brushed your teeth, but on
Yeah,
your
that's a good way to
eye.
put it.
gracious.
Yeah.
They're menthol eye drops is
That's
what
a
it
really
is.
good way to
It'll
put it.
blow
yeah.
your mind.
You're like, oh my god. Yeah, that is his sponsor there. There with the fuzzy.
Ooh,
That's
he's
one of the
just- he's
downsides
so
of playing
consistent
a
with
big
that.
body character like 16.
That's not easy to do like the way he's doing it too. You have to delay the jump heavy and then really impressive.
It's one of the the perks of sticking to one team, one character for so long. Right? You're not worried about, oh, I don't know if I can do this. He's like, I've been doing this on stream every day for 2 years. Oh,
dang.
He tried to air DP. Hook is trying to get on the highlight reel, but Mr. Worldwide with the 2H.
I love Hook's story too, because he was like a mid-level Guilty Gear player that no one would have ever
Played
really
Persona.
known that much of.
Persona as well.
player, yeah. And then all of a sudden.